Hello and welcome back to Liminal Branch Library, the archive in the seams. I'm your Archivist and Librarian, Mordio Crow, and it's time for more Where Chaos Reigns. Starring, as always, the 5 players that I have beside me. The nearest to me of which is Katie playing Verne.
Hi.
Next to whom is Nova playing Chalice.
Greetings.
And then besides that is Amasha playing as Chantrelle.
Hello.
And next down the line, Hambone playing as Merlin Brando.
Forgore about it.
And finally, all the way down at the end, is Lena playing as Shion.
What's up?
And that's it. That's our cast. So,
Sure is.
our cast has been up to quite a bit since, well, during the last session. And so, last time, on Where Chaos Reigns, we met them. The retinue of Verne in particular, a lost princess and true heir to the recently fallen throne of Eminencia Dorada. The occupying forces of New Statheros are in the middle of crushing any remaining holdouts against their control. In some places they do this via diplomatic pressure, and in others by, well, more primal forms of force. Just traditional violence, as it were. Verne and her retinue seek to oppose them. The retinue consisting of Chalice Zakaria, noble who has fled his own commitments to find Verne and inform her of her heritage. Chantrelle, a noble of a subterranean nation who has come to scout the surface and thrown their lot in with Verne. Merlin, a former mage of the wizard mafia, seeking to turn his life around. And Shion, an assassin hunting her vampiric former master who, if rumor is to be believed, has thrown his weight behind Verne's foes. Now, in the city of Tawam in the Twin Moon Canyon territory, the retinue seeks 2 things. The first, a base of operations. The second, a way to prove Verne's claim to those who would not recognize her by her features. It's this first goal that occupied our last session and saw the retinue go to La Madriguera, where the pirates there, Las Madriguerillas, were recovering from a recent defeat at the hands of the occupying forces. While you did successfully find them without it resorting to violence, you did not successfully convince them to join your cause. Instead, you negotiate a deal with the leader, a rabbit primal named Juniper, that in exchange for taking out the Statherian soldier who proposed a negotiation with the pirate leadership and then turned it into an ambush and slaughtered many of them, Ixion the Blue, in exchange for taking him down, the pirates would aid you in rescuing other potential allies, and perhaps a more formal alliance could come later. Now, before we begin plotting our attack here against Ixion the Blue, where we left off at the riverside over here in the town of Tawam, I do want to talk a little bit first about the inhabitants of the town and about the retinue, specifically starting with Verne. I want to know, Katie, if you could tell me how does Verne's morning usually go, and how has that shifted since starting these activities with the rest of the retinue?
Oh, that's a really good question. Because I think she usually would be like going to work or talking to her boss, like getting her lowdown of tasks for the day. It depends on if her boss knows like the change in plans.
I think that's up.
Sorry for my audio.
I think that's up to you, if your boss knows yet or not, and if you're trying to still lead that double life, because technically speaking, and what I as a GM had imagined last time, was that if you had secured a location, you would then probably be in town a lot less, right? As you're now spending time organizing and with strategy maps and all that stuff. But here, you've returned to where you live. I believe you mentioned last time, like, you at least shared a home with Jaime, right? And so you're probably still coming and going from that home, but whether or not you've revealed this information to anyone else is totally your call.
I think. Oh, she's gonna have to talk to her boss and tell her
Oh,
like
no.
I'm not coming in the next couple days.
No.
I'm sick.
Coworker's gonna hate you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I know that's a much more prickly question than you asked.
no, it's fine. It's fine. So typically, if I'm understanding correctly, Verne would be getting up, heading in over to the quarry to go find out the task for the day. And today, perhaps, she's going to instead request is the word used, right? Some
Yeah,
time
very
off
gingerly.
for unspecific reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm sick.
Exactly what I was going to ask was, Verne, how good do you think that you are at hiding this reason from your boss? Like, I don't necessarily want to make you roll for it, but if you want to roll for it, that's fine. But do you think Verne would be able to hide this?
I don't think she's any good at hiding anything from her boss if her boss wants to know. But I think what she's done in the past of like things she did not want her boss to technically know, she probably just used her indifference as a shield. Like if Osprey was really busy that day, she would hop in and be like, "Oh, I have 10,000 things to do too. I'm going to list them all until you tell me to get out of your face."
I see.
And then she'll be dismissed for the day, kind of thing. I pitched her as like Miranda Priestley, but butch. So if you can think of Meryl Streep at her most strict,
You
and
are
awesome.
Nope. He cannot imagine that. Sorry.
Oh, God.
Most
Maybe
strict.
the rest
Your
of the
boss
cast
is
and
not-
or
not
listeners
fair.
can, but
Yes.
everyone but me can picture this.
Yeah. You got to get on that movie.
You know what's funny is I
Anyway.
probably could watch it and I still wouldn't remember the actors' names, but
That's
how-
fair.
that's just how it goes.
I'm trying to picture Meryl Streep as anything else but the aunt from a series of unfortunate events. I just can't.
Oh,
She's great in that, though.
I do like her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Verne would go in with the intention of just doing that, of kind of hiding behind the paperwork, so to speak.
And I think it would prove similarly as effective as it has in the past, with one caveat. You perform that same sort of dialogue. It's like, oh, I gotta do this, and you can feel the like sheer I don't want to hear the rest of this list energy just like slowly causing the eyebrows of this figure to like furrow just a little bit more as the list grows longer before finally just a quick "You've really been letting your responsibilities pile up of late. Seems there's always quite a long list.
Oh no.
But go, do what you need to." Right?
Yeah.
Calling attention to the fact that it does not escape her that you have been using these excuses more and more. She sees that you're up to something, but truly is probably just too busy to deal with it right now and trust that whatever it is isn't, bad, right?
I think the relationship really is like if there's a genuine problem Verne cannot handle, she brings it to her boss in earnest. And when it's being a little secretive like this, it's something she can handle, just needs time, and cannot be prodded about it right now.
Yeah, I think that sounds fair. And they've been working together for quite some time. Oh, and I should also describe this individual. The overseer of these Pandian mines is a half-plume whom goes by the name Osprey. Plumes being one of the larger ancestries here, and thus this is a particularly tall, bird-like individual, quite an imposing figure to have furrowing her brow in your direction.
Bark, bark, bark. Tall woman.
Yep, tall bird woman.
Albert, Meryl Streep.
But with that excuse given in that brief exchange, you're good to go and to return to your retinue. And as for that retinue, something that I mentioned, I believe last time, is that I did want to hear a little bit about how the retinue had met one another. Now, I don't plan on derailing the whole session with going for everyone everywhere all at once, right? We'll get some of this here and there. But I want to start with someone who I think, Verne, of the retinue you've likely known the longest. It comes down to two as to who I think this would be. But specifically, I'm curious about how Verne and Chantrelle met. And for that, I have two questions. First, did Verne already know that she is this lost princess when the two met? Or did Chantrelle and Verne become friends and allies prior to this?
So Chantrelle and I discussed this.
Oh, you did?
And it did not...
We did.
The timeline sort of goes, Verne is out on one of her missions to go get... Sorry, I can't think. To go get the quarry business someplace else.
Mm-hmm.
So somewhere on a public transit vehicle, she and Chantrelle just happen to sit next to one another.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Verne is terribly personable, so she kind of is just like, wow, I've never seen a myconid. What are they called here?
Mycelia.
Mycelia, sorry. I'm
Okay,
thinking
no, it's
Baldur's
okay.
Gate.
As we've covered, there's a lot of mushroom terms that sound very similar, and just any one of them will pop out of anyone's brain.
And they sort of get to talking and learning about each other's culture, kind of thing. Verne learns that Chantrelle's here for diplomatic reasons, ? At least that's what she understands it to be. I'm like, oh, you're definitely an ambassador, and I have to respect you like that, and maybe we could get your business at some point. So she kind of holds her in her back pocket.
I see.
Yeah.
Chantrelle is happy to have friends. Chantrelle is learning a lot about the world above ground, and Verne is happy to explain things that other people kind of roll their eyes at or are like, why are you asking that? Everybody knows that.
Mm-hmm.
And Chantrelle doesn't know because she hasn't been here.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And Verne, as mentioned, is very personable and willing to chat about things, and Chantrelle is endlessly curious, so of course gonna learn more. And also, upon learning that Verne is part of a mining group, is very interested to learn more about that, because honestly, miners are going to be the most likely group to come upon Microsporidia if they make first contact, you know.
The surface dwellers yearn for the mines, and deeper they dig as it goes.
Truth. So
Every time.
Yeah.
Chantrelle kind of buddies up is a weird term because it's less of a, hey, you can get things for me, and more of a, I am very interested in learning more.
Verne's very sociable, and Chantrelle is more than happy to engage on that and just keep that relationship alive, and right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, wonderful. All right, I think that makes sense, and I think as a quick vignette sketch of a picture, there is another nation to the north, Tanamera, which has the very upper end of the canyon, which this region is named after, and much of the canyon is within the region. I imagine that in the canyon itself, there's a large scattering of villages, mostly farming towns and such, who use the lush soil from the river to get produce. But there's probably a bunch of stitched together magitech forming what's called the gradient line. You could call it a train line. I don't think it is a single coherent route, like vessel that goes from one end to the other. It's more of a, you hop on this vessel for a couple hours, get off, walk half a mile, get on this one, then you go another couple hours, like that sort of thing, right? Like it's a very slapped together of what works. Sorry, what was that?
Sure.
It sounds familiar. I'm thinking of the public transit where I am.
But this twisting collection of transit is very likely where we see them. Images of one direction or the other, or perhaps both, as they make it through that canyon and form their friendship that would eventually turn into bringing Chantrelle into the fold when Verne needed someone that she could rely on. Oh. All right. Did you two have more that you wanted to say on that subject?
I think Verne, in this new friendship and learning some very like weirdly traumatic news about herself, definitely clung closer to Chantrelle about. Definitely in her brain, she has decided she is the pinnacle of political amends and and a conversationalist. So she kind of really is going to rely on Chantrelle for, political logic.
Cool.
Now that she thinks she knows she's the princess, and that she's acting on it.
Yes. Spoiler alert for the audiences, Chantrelle is not technically a diplomat.
Oh no.
No
Lying
one's
on
writing
your
diplomats
resume.
here.
No one's
Lying on-
talked about it.
Lying on your resume strikes again.
So this will be
Merlin-
interesting.
Merlin's
Chantrelle is
kind of
totally
on.
like supportive though. Like absolutely, I'm gonna hype you up and let's do this thing.
Yeah. Merlin's the same, but in the opposite direction.
Great.
What, that you are
Don't ask me
technically a
anything.
diplomat?
No, I let on my resume to appear less reference and experience than I may present myself.
Oh,
Themselves.
Okay.
I'm just a candle maker. That's all I am.
just a simple.
I guess I never really came up with a cover.
Well, there it is. Candlemaker. Done.
Candle maker, yeah.
Your resume was sparse but good looking.
If you need someone to be wicked, I'm your guy.
I don't think people get wicked.
The way he does
You
it, yeah.
Not yet.
You may not like it now, but your kids are gonna love it.
You know, I was going to say I thought it was something unseedy, like. But now that you say it's for kids, I've changed my mind.
I'm all for it. Let's wick these
Former
fools.
master was really wicked. That's why we must be stopped.
Oh.
Dallas gets out of John Wick's like, oh my gosh, that's what he meant.
Are speaking of Shion and assassinating people, I think
We did? Huh?
No, you're trying to, right? Shion's trying to, the
True.
vampire that's being hunted. But this is a good segue into something that I meant to mention in the pre-stream chat. Shion, can I have you roll a skill for me? I think probably hunt or survey would be appropriate. Because something I realized last time that I've forgotten is that when you did your work on a project, it doesn't simply go up by one. You make a roll, and if you roll high, it'll go up by more. So I'm giving.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that since I gave you the one last time on failure, I'm not gonna take it away. Similar to how I gave Merlin some ticks on the clock for recovery anyway, even on the failed rolls. But if you roll a success, you'll get an extra tick. So I just want to give you the opportunity to do that.
Sounds cool. What would you say is the difference between hunt and survey?
I think in either case, it depends on if you or how you want to describe Shion looking for the vampire, right? Like gathering rumors, trying to pick up trails. Like what do you think the separation point is, right? So like I think hunt is tracking, right? Which typically I think this would mean things like footprints or like signs of passage, but I could see it at a grander scale. You're not tracking footprints, you're tracking influence in a way. You know how this vampire operates, right? And what effects that might have on a community. So you're listening for those sorts of rumors. Similarly, survey is the same way. You're looking at the stories of how the nations are shifting and for where you see that vampiric flourish, right?
Yeah. So here's what I think. I think that the first thing Shion will need to do is to figure out who among the government is my former master. So what I would need to do is figure out the people who compose that government and look for any clues, any sort of actions, traits that would just be familiar to me, right? So in that sense, I feel like it would have to be survey. The truth is that it doesn't actually matter that much because I have the same score in both of the skills.
Yeah, fair. But yeah, that's good to me.
Is this just a regular survey roll?
It's just a regular survey roll. Now, something that I think we neglected to talk about too much in detail last time, just because this is a new system for all of us, a lot to take in, is that there are ways for you to grant bonuses to yourself for rolls as well, but they cost stress. So you probably don't want to do that with a mission coming up, but you're more than welcome to if that's something that you're interested in doing.
Yeah, not at the moment. So position.
I think
you have control, risky, desperate.
You're in a.
This feels.
Sorry.
Yeah, this feels controlled.
Yes, exactly, because there's relatively little chance that you overexpose yourself at this stage, right?
Does this count as an action or as gathering information?
This will count as an action at the top.
Number of dice 1. Is that correct? Because I have 1 point.
So no, you don't have to change that one at all. That one will be pulled in. And specifically, that number of dice is if you pick the engagement roll option from the drop down. I know that's not very clear. Maybe I can add more stuff to it.
It's next to engagement. I understand.
Yeah.
That might be why people got the wrong number of dice before then.
Yeah. I think that might have been.
Maybe they weren't using modifier; they were using the engagement.
I think that's exactly what
that sucked.
That sucked. Well, like I said,
that was ass.
Yeah. Well, I was giving you the opportunity to get more. I wasn't going to take anything away. So you've made some progress, but you're still relatively fresh here. And so some progress is all you can really hope for.
So that's just one on the clock and not 2.
Yeah, just the one, in which we did already put on there last time.
Yeah, sounds good then.
All right. And then one last thing before we finally get into our planning is there's another part of the downtime that I didn't quite go over, and that is that you're not the only people who are doing things. Specifically, I'm going to add more markers to this map, so I'm just going to activate it. I know there's a billion things on here, but by the end of the game, we'll all be slightly less confused when we look at it. Slightly. Now, in addition to you all doing things during downtime, so too do your enemies. Such as, for example, House Vutis over here in the canyon. I should probably get rid of this peaceful song while we're talking about this. House Vutis here in Twin Moon Canyon, where you're based. The group for whom Ixion the Blue is a member of, or works for / is a member of, is working on crushing the local resistance, which they have in many ways succeeded at through a show of force with how they dealt with the pirates. And I believe I mentioned last time how you all are familiar with the thunder of Ixion as he goes through the city of Tuam, arresting people, right? Like you can hear that crash of thunder. Off to the east.
Better run. You better take cover.
off to the east, something that cuts a little bit closer to one member of the party than others, House Chalice Zakaria is in the midst of some renegotiations. There was a deal. That deal is currently in the midst of being altered, not really by choice of anyone making that negotiation, but circumstances have required them to do so, Chalice. So they're working on it.
Totally.
Oh.
What is the gossip I hear? Like,
Right now, they're still in the very early stages, so
Okay.
you don't even think there's been a consensus among which cousin yet, right? Like on
Got it.
either side, like neither side knows which cousin they're going to propose instead, or like they'd rather fill the role instead, right? So
Yeah.
and then to the south, your potential allies here at Tormenta Espinal, the Spine Storm, are currently under siege by House Argestis. And that siege is progressing. They can only hold out for so long. So those are the enemy actions during this set of rounds. During downtime, I can advance a few clocks. I can also add a few new ones. There's no hard limit on the number of stuff I can do, but generally speaking, it's like I can do like 2 or 3 things. Is really it. But as things progress, expect more of these to pop up. But anyway,
All right.
so that's that. Now then, to planning for our assassination. Let me move us back to. I'll move us back to the city now. We'll go to the daytime. I don't like as much as the nighttime one, but it is daytime, so we'll get something different.
Yeah.
I
And
like
now
it plenty.
pretty much-
Aw.
Yeah. I turn it over pretty much fully to you. How are you gathering information? Like, what are you trying to learn about your target? What are your approaches to trying to?
Let's see.
I feel like Verne is very local, so she might have a little bit more information just as a baseline. Like, she's grown up with the occupation. This guy's probably been terrorizing her friends and neighbors for a little bit.
Yeah. To be clear, this occupation is relatively recent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like it's been a couple months, I think.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
You didn't always have this occupation. The assassination attempt that saw you spirited away is distinct from the one that eventually succeeded.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
this is a relatively recent placement, like within the past few months. But that probably means that you still know quite a bit more than the rest of the retinue. If there's anything specific you want to know, feel free, but to ask me.
Sure.
But as far as like the general knowledge, what I covered before, he often moves throughout the city, usually with a few guards, makes arrests as he sees fit. Those he arrests usually are sentenced to forced labor, either for Monorat Mining or for the Diamonds in the Rough Mining Corporation.
Great name.
The diamonds in the rough.
I would like to find out about his family.
Okay,
I'm gonna tell on his mom.
sure. So, Chalice, how do you imagine finding out about his family? Are you going around and gossiping?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good, honestly.
Right, so that's probably consort, I would assume. Oh,
Yeah,
and remind
okay.
me, you guys can propose what skills you want to roll. You don't need me to tell you which skill to roll.
Yeah.
It's nice to have the guide a little bit.
Yeah, I default to trying
I'll
to be
try
a
and-
guide
yeah.
for it because that's just my GM instincts. But this system does say that you ultimately get to decide. So if I suggest something, you want something else, tell me no.
Okay, so is everything standard, risky standard?
Yeah, you can hit the gather information button for this one.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Well,
There's a gather information button?
Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
fortune, and then the seek solace, and
Yeah,
very
okay.
Seek Solace I've actually added since last time. We didn't have it.
Oh,
last
okay.
time, but-
damn.
Oh, you get limited or partial information. I
I
think
Can I ask for partial information?
Yeah, I think I'll give you partial information. Like
I don't hear anything about his family, but I would like to know where they're going to be next. Maybe they have a golf outing somewhere that we can infiltrate.
Oh no! Are you trying to like Agent 47 this guy?
Oh, I'm trying to see what his
Good evening, 47.
softer side is, perhaps.
So what I think you learn as you try to learn about his family is that there's not much to learn here, because Ixion is, if you couldn't tell by lack of a surname, which surname does not guarantee nobility, but lack of usually does suggest not noble, right? He does not appear to be of nobility, and from what you can pick up, let me see, did I? He's actually from the Melagonis Islands to the southeast. Someone whom the head of House Vutis picked up on a campaign there, right? Like an ally he picked up on a campaign there, and was retained. So, unfortunately, going for the family angle, doesn't seem like Ixion brought his family here. So you don't have anything for that. Now, are there other people he's close to? Maybe, but that's where the limited information kicks in. So
Got it.
Okay. Would it be a tune to learn more about thunder magic and like how to counter it?
Ooh.
Yeah, I think a tune seems very appropriate for that. Sure, give me that roll.
So gather, control, and that's it?
Gather. You don't have to pick from the drop down the position effects, since that's only for the action roll at the very top.
Okay, so just gather and roll.
Yep.
Oof.
Oh my
So
God.
so one day you guys will roll well.
Maybe.
That's not today. Well, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Maybe you might all perish before that.
Okay, so what happens is Merlin learns everything. He has like a eureka moment. He steps outside to like celebrate, get some fresh air after his, long night of studying thunder magic, and then a bolt of lightning hits him and he forgets everything about it.
Key of lightning magic. Don't get hit. Got it.
Then he goes backside and just lays down for a while.
The way I see it, there's not much of a trick here. We just follow the sound of thunder and we'll find the guy.
That's true. As far as just finding him, he's not hard to find, right? Like if that's what you guys want to do, you just can. You don't have more information.
I was just hoping. I was hoping for more prep work here, but we're new at this.
It's true. Well, you have one person amongst your retinue who is seeking to assassinate someone else, right? Well, maybe assassinate isn't the word. Murder.
Assassination is kind of my specialty. Even if I wasn't interested in revenge.
Right.
It's just how I've been raised.
So,
Fuck, that's cool.
so Shion, would you volunteer any of your expertise? And if so, what is it? Or would one of the party members need to solicit you for advice?
No, I think that Xian would be proactive here, because this definitely is a step towards their own goals. The main thing is like finding the guy and fighting him in broad daylight would be the easiest thing. But the question here then is, we actually don't want to make too much of a scene because we don't want to call the attention of, what is the nation called again?
New Statheros.
Yeah, we don't want to call the attention of New Statheros, but we also want to confirm that this guy is dead.
Yeah,
Right.
I had a memory lapse, and I can't remember if we need to prove just to Juniper that he's dead, or if he requested a very public execution. So
No,
everybody
it
They
was-
said just
it
they
was-
just want him dead.
Okay.
To
I think
prove to Juniper. A public execution would prove to Juniper and everyone else.
Okay.
But it's
Yes.
gonna be like either that or just bring them their head, I guess,
Yeah.
or
it was like
any
a
of
nice
those.
to
Any
have to make it
means
public.
possible sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like we don't make some grand statement about it or like corner him in some way or have
Yeah.
a public sort of big
We
brouhaha
could.
about it. Just we could, but they just want it like the deed done and get the hell out of there.
Yeah, I think Verne had it in her mind that we should let the pirates kill him. Bring him to them.
Oh, interesting.
Get him alive.
Just as an extra
That
because somebody
That
rolled
would be
so
the
poorly.
easiest way to make sure that the pirates know
they
that
know
this
for
person
sure.
is dead. Yeah,
Yeah.
if they do it themselves.
I'm
Uh,
thinking like something like kidnapping his transport at some point.
Oh, yeah, we pretend to be like we hijack his car or something.
Are
Yeah.
we talking about this like publicly, like together?
You're just like walking through the cafe
Yeah.
district,
I think
shopping district.
Oh yeah.
I know we meandered a bit from at the start of the session as I had a bunch of stuff to cover, but I think you all were out here by the riverside.
yeah, we had a
looking-
river hideout.
Yeah, so either there's an abandoned building that you're within, or you're away from prying ears, just sort of at a
We're all just
empty
tubing
portion, you know.
and talking
Yeah.
about this.
I think Verne would
Like,
probably lead everyone to the least populated place nearby, just with their knowledge of where everyone is usually during the day. Probably out working or in hiding from the sun, shit like that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't
Xion
think
so.
we-
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on. Xion, are you like sun vulnerable?
No, I'm not the vampire here.
Jian's not a vampire.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
She's
Vampire
half elf.
hunter.
I'm sorry to
Gotcha, okay.
assume.
They
can be both.
I'm so sorry. Gotcha.
I've
Listen,
seen
I might still not like the sun very much because of how pale I am.
I feel
So you
that.
can see the assumption where that kind
You
of
can borrow my
came
big
from.
hat.
This is probably
Aw.
the worst place you could be.
What a mood.
So we're discussing Verne's plan of kind of kidnapping the blue guy. What's his name?
He's
Ixion.
not going.
Ixion the Blue.
He's
Ixion.
not going to go out easily. We're probably going to have to knock him out at the very least. He's quite powerful.
Oh.
That, or we're going to have to disarm him somehow. Now, I'm not quite sure what his exact capabilities are, but it seems to me, and what I've heard, is that it's his equipment that gives him this power. Perhaps if we can find a way to strip him of that, he can come a little more quietly.
Oh, you're overcomplicating things. Merlin says, kind of near the back. He's smoldering a little bit, both figuratively and literally, because of like right after he got struck by lightning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a little injured.
You don't know if he's like smoking his pipe or not because he's kind of just steaming in
Or if the
general.
pipe is smoking him. Yeah.
Damn. But yeah, he goes, we're overcomplicating it. It's a simple tag him and run. We get him, we make sure he's dead, we take whatever we can grab, and we leave. And we get back to the pirates. We got our man.
I don't think it's going to be that easy. There's a reason all the pirates had a hard time getting through to him. He's dangerous.
He is. So the less
Xion-
time he is alive, the better.
So Shin's gonna interrupt this by doing the following: just placing on the table, or a surface where everyone can see, an item that they've had this whole time, and it's a vial of poison.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say a tech deck.
Ha!
Or just Sweet Ollie.
That's a nice idea, but isn't he half dwarf? Isn't he a dwarf? Don't they have immunities to poison?
You need to poison, is that a thing?
Let me double check.
I think they make saves against poison as a half dwarf in this system not this system, but like this species last time.
Well, two
It'd be interesting to
things
find out.
regarding that. Let me first grab let me double check that for you. I do believe there is something along that line, but
Interesting.
they are more resistant to it, but they are not immune. So
Okay.
Okay.
So
Sounds
it might not-
sufficiently potent
like-
poison could still work, right?
Yeah.
Sounds to me like it means that a lethal dose would instead just knock them out, which is what
Yay.
solves our problem.
And if you're wrong and it's too much, well, you've solved the
Hey,
problem in a different
You
way.
fail upwards. Yeah.
Verne, please don't take the irrational way out. I quite like your idea of taking him in alive. Please, at least let him confront the people he's wronged.
Like I said,
Show
the-
mercy, quote, quote, quote.
Mercy. I hate this man.
Listen, the poison was meant to just incapacitate and not kill, so that was my solution to that problem.
Oh, okay.
If you want killing, I have a dagger instead.
Now that's mercy.
I think she looks from Chalice to Shion and Merlin, who are all very opposed to each other's plans. Okay, so I think to have the best argument, to show really it would be a really big show of force to bring his body to Juniper and the pirates. I want that to be our top our plan A. And if at any point anyone is in even a modicum of more danger, then Shion, Merlin, you have my full permission to do whatever you do best.
Shion just nods.
Merlin smolders a little bit and then goes, dots back.
I can help us make sure that we keep in better contact as long as we're within 100 meters of each other.
Oh,
All right, the Wi-Fi.
really?
Yeah.
Yes, as long as you're willing to have some spores on you.
Sorry, I'm laughing at how fast Verne would agree to that. Go ahead.
I get to
Does
meet
it-
my friends all the time? Oh yeah.
Yippee, yippee, yippee.
Chantrelle, does it stain?
I've never thought about it. I'm yellow.
Of course, you're right. You're right.
I want that as a soundbite.
I'm yellow.
I'm yellow. Actually, he kind of looks Chantrelle up and down. It's like, would any of your Midicillum possibly be good emetic or sedative?
I mean, if I work at it, maybe, but not unless
Got
I'm,
the
like,
poison
actively
already.
working at it.
Like, okay, look,
How
the
about we
description of
switch
the
it up
vial
a
of
little?
poison. Okay, that's sure, but let me make something clear here. The description of vial of poison, that's an actual item on my character sheet, and it says, a carefully crafted set of poison capable of rendering the target unconscious or dead, which is up to the dosage, really. So,
Yeah.
I already have the ability to render someone unconscious, although the fact that he's a dwarf is going to probably mean that I'm going to need the dosage that would kill someone else, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Chantrelle basically doesn't have a guarantee. It's like, well, I can kind of make it help out if I'm really trying, but it's not something I can just do.
Why don't we give him a mushroom that makes him experience ego death, and he
I think we're-
changes his ways?
I think, all right, we're overcomplicating.
getting a little off topic.
Yeah, okay.
We're all off topic.
Is the goal? So if we're starting, if we think we know what we want to do, then that means we need to decide the what's the term again? The goal and the approach, right?
The approach.
So-
Okay.
So for
I
that,
have a survey roll ready to gather information to see maybe a commute that he takes all the time. One that's going to
Yeah,
have
the-
the least amount of guards to take out, something like that.
yeah,
I think the main problem right now is how are we going to ambush the guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So exactly. So I mentioned this briefly in chat. Sorry, not chat in our off-stream chat for this campaign. I added a little rules reference to the tab that has a open book, the journal tab. There's a rules reference one you all should be able to see. One of those is the
Yeah,
sortie
perfect.
start
Okay.
quick reference. And so for that, you need to pick an approach and an objective. I think for this one, the objective is very straightforward. You are seeking to weaken a faction. You're seeking to weaken House Vutis by taking out their lieutenant, right? Like one of the heads of their military. So it's really up to, question here is the approach. Are you infiltrating somewhere and poisoning someone? In which case you need to know where you're infiltrating and like what the point of entry is. Are you just attacking him? In which case you need to basically decide roughly where, right? I don't think any of these other ones quite apply, but you know, if they do, you can say it. But those are what your gather information should be building for, right? Trying to figure out what your approach is and get that key bit of information. So, Verne, feel free to roll that gather information roll.
Okay.
Hey,
Woo!
there you go.
Nice.
You get good details. Clarifying and follow-up questions are possible. So, his routine, and something that maybe the retinue even spends a day or two just like watching and listening, is that he generally sticks to the city itself. He does go out into the more distant, like smaller town areas on occasion, but usually he's in the main city. So let me... And typically when he is, he's traveling with himself and anywhere between 2 and 4 other guard at a particular time. When he's not there, he's either at his home, which is in the compound of the seat of power, right? Like he's in a nice building, as befitting a head of the military arm of House Vutis, but he's not in like the main palace or anything of that sort, right? Like he's in a side building, but he is within the walled compound there. When he's off, seems to be a workaholic, primarily going around and arresting people, or resting at his home. But outside of that, he will occasionally go visit either of the mining corporations, who House Vutis has a deal with. As mentioned earlier, they're the ones who get the prisoners. And Verne, you would know, with outside of this role, or maybe complementing this role, is that he's rarely gone outside of the city since, like outside of this picture, since arriving here, right? Like he doesn't generally go into the canyons or like get on the ships to go patrolling elsewhere, right? He has, but it's pretty rare, right? It would take a circumstance to lure him out.
Right. Okay.
You get follow-up questions
Since
if you'd like. Yeah.
He's so in the city, would it be uprising or assault to kind of try and get him in a crowd, and then if we can try and get the crowd on our side to maybe restrain him or help uprise against him?
I think if
He's
you're
not popular.
Yeah.
If your plan is to basically get the people to do most of the work, then I think it is uprising.
Uprising.
Right? If you're like in that case, you all
like
are sort
I
of
kind of
more
want
of
the
a
crowd
backup,
as a distraction. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
If the goal is use the crowd as a way to corner him or otherwise be a distraction, so you can do the attacking and still assault, but the crowd is like a nice to have bonus, right?
Yeah.
If
I think-
it takes... Can I
Go ahead.
interject here? If he needs a circumstance to go off the city limits, do we want to create such a circumstance?
I like that idea too.
What kind of circumstance do you have in mind?
Well, I assume that it would have to be someone needs arresting outside the city limits.
Okay. So I was like, oh, thank you, Ricard Mart, for joining. So we pose a no-air duel amongst our group, and we say, hey, Ixion, help, we need to put someone down, and then we jump them.
I don't hate that. He could
Like
learn
if-
of a crew of 5 causing
It's
mischief
not-
in the city.
It sounds like either way will involve creating some kind of distraction, some kind of commotion, And I guess the question is if we want it to be in the crowded place so that we have the advantage of the crowd being a distraction, or outside to see if it lures him out.
I think there would be a benefit to the crowd if we wanted to start the rumors of your coming back, because I feel like people are going to kind of link things together unless we are, do the secret way of like luring them out. I think there's potential to sort of like start building up your name here if we do the crowd thing. What do you think?
Yeah.
My one concern with having a group and a crowd going after him is his magic.
Yeah.
We could be endangering civilians by doing this.
I mean,
I don't care, but I thought you all would.
well,
If we
Uh,
want the
Verne would care a lot.
sentiment to be good, I don't know that we want to bring lightning to them.
do we know of any places that are kind of perhaps isolated, like isolated buildings?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, maybe we need a lightning rod or something that will nullify his.
Yeah, something we
His
might
magic.
have on hand already.
I mean, yeah, you do
We have
have
one.
something that will help with 2 attacks of his, should it
True.
come to it.
I mean, 2's kind of a lot
Yeah.
if we can just get the knockout poison in him real quick,
Mhm. Yeah, and I think from a poisoning perspective, you'd imagine, Shion, that like even with a good dose, it probably will if it affects him, it will bring him down. The question will be of how quickly. You might need to be prepared for some stray lightning bolts as his vision blurs and he fumbles, right? Unless it goes perfectly smoothly, and then you won't. But I'm just saying there's a
Sure.
middle ground here where he's still affected, but not immediately, right? And he needs time to go down from it. But, all right, I think we're sort of circling around here. These 2 options. I think we need to pick one and pick where.
Does anyone have big opinions on either?
So, the place we're at now discussing this, is it sort of like isolated, or would we have to go somewhere to like really start it off?
I think you're relatively isolated where you are right now. You're probably we're gonna assume Riverside Shack facing the the seat of power. So let's
we're kind
I
of.
think we,
Can I just like start it off now, or do we have to like come to a consensus?
we need to know. We need to have a consensus on the approach and the objective. Like that is a requirement.
Just because we have to check off goals and stuff.
Mhm.
What's
Just
your
draw
what
him in.
would you start out? Okay.
Like I would say,
Pull him off of his routine. I'm okay with that one too.
like bring him in for him to make an arrest, and then we kind of come in and jump him.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're kind of debating this, and I go, we're not going to get this done just standing around. We need to start it off. And I walk out of the little shack we're in, and I reach down to my ankle and pull out a wand. And I
Is that
aim it
always
up at
there?
the sky. Oh, I keep that thing strapped up. I aim it at the sky, and I cast a spell.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. So you're basically gonna throw a magical flurry, become a magical nuisance until someone comes to check it out. Is that the intent?
Yeah. Like, I'll say what it is, depending on how it goes. So what would I roll for that?
All right. So I think that here, what we're going to want. So it sounds like actually the plan here is more deception than it is anything else, right? You're trying to entrap.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
The party will be hiding nearby or within the building itself.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's what I think. Let's see. We're gonna roll an engagement roll. So let's take a look at this quick reference sheet again. So quick engagement roll determines how well the party's planning pays off. Starting with 1 die, the party gets +1 for major advantages, -1 for any downsides. And if you are a higher tier than the target, you get +1. And if you're lower tier than the target, you get -1. So I'm going to start by saying there's a very quick wash that happens in that the target is of a faction that is higher tier than you. You are still tier 0 because you have not yet succeeded anywhere. So that means you get a -1. However, your plan is to do criminal activities and then hope that the person who's responsible for catching criminals comes to you, which seems like a pretty sound way to get him to come to you, right? So I think that's going to balance out in that it's likely to draw him towards you and just be a flat 1. But if there's anything you guys can think of that would qualify as a major advantage here, feel free to pitch it in the next minute or two. Otherwise, we're going to hit that roll.
I don't want to use... I guess it wouldn't make sense, because use Merlin's notoriety within the Wizard Mafia, but I guess it would only be within the Wizard Mafia, and Ixion's not really part of that, so...
Yeah. I mean, if you had a calling card or something that would make people understand it, but then you would also be broadcasting your location and so early, right?
Yeah.
So let's hold off on that.
This is an isolated area, right?
Yeah,
Or
I
is...
think Riverside Shack is what we're going for, isolated.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh wait, can we make sure that we certainly do the telepathy?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
sprinkled everyone with
Okay, good.
Mushroom powder.
Everyone
I
who's willing
point my
to, at
pipe and
least.
do it. Just give me a little top up there.
All right. Well, then let's get that 1 die engagement roll. Pure chance here, coin flip.
Well, it's you doing it, so it's out of our hands.
I
So it
have
has to
a
go.
tactician. I'm sorry, you meant to. I was reading.
Oh,
I have the
sorry.
tactician. 2 times per sortie, I can assist a teammate without paying stress. Are we in the sortie yet?
No, that's after this roll. We will be there
Okay.
almost immediately.
So is it not possible to help with this roll?
Yeah, this roll gets no help. It's just
Okay.
major advantages that you think you guys have. So, all right. Give us the
Fingers
roll.
crossed.
Merlin,
It's so
since you're throwing
slow.
the spell, I think you can throw the engagement roll.
So that would just be...
Yeah, so you click on a roll that you have a 1 pip in, I think.
Okay, so just go engagement.
Yeah, for study engagement. There you go.
Oh my god!
Hey!
What the fuck?
But it
Hell
begins.
Success! Wow.
All right.
Guys, I think this might be the first time that we rolled good here.
Okay,
Yeah, we're
real
gonna
quick,
bring him
what
in and
kind
then
of what kind of currency does this world use?
What kind of currency? Oh, it varies all over. So you have all sorts of scatter, but I think in this region it would almost certainly be precious metal coins, right?
Okay, that works perfectly. So Merlin, he takes his wand, he shoots off a big, inky, billowy cloud in the sky, and it starts raining metal coins. And it
Oh
my
starts
God.
spreading. It's a very light drizzle.
Do you want to attract him or do you want to attract everyone?
I know.
I mean, if I'm causing a ruckus, I'm causing a ruckus. They're not
It's
they are very clearly counterfeit.
Mhm,
They
okay.
know,
have
like-
a little wispy flame in it, so that's about as much design there is in it.
Mhm.
So people could be it's my lucky. Wait a minute. So people are going to be a little mad and confused.
Yeah,
And I also want to I'm controlling it and letting it go out, and then I kind of let the cloud stream kind of billow into where we are, kind of wisp out. So it's very clearly coming from here.
So it's giving off the impression that someone somewhere is making a scene, or someone right there, right over here at this ping point, is making a scene with magic for reasons not entirely clear. But
Yeah.
what is clear is that they're disrupting the general peace of the region. And I think on a success, I have no choice but to say that it draws him relatively successfully and in a condition that makes him, more ambushable, right? So I definitely was thinking if this fails, he's going to show up with a lot of buddies, right? But in this case, I think he'll show up with just the squad, right? Like, we'll say, I was saying that he had 2 to 4 people with him at all times, so we'll say he has a nice even 3 to put him at, like, the total group is at 4. There's this moment of, like, you're looking for signs that it's worked, right? And across the river, you can spot some of the guards sort of, like, looking around in confusion. Maybe you can even see some people, like, trying to pick up the fallen fake coins. Merlin,
They're like,
like
a very thin. They're like also a very thin metal. They're not like bullets dropping from the sky.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, what happens when people interact with them? Are they just like wisps of paper that they can just keep now, right? Like, it's just they're real wisps of paper level of thin metal, or are they like, do they like melt or disintegrate or anything in particular?
They mostly hold their form, but if you bite into them, they go up in a puff of smoke.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. So you probably do see a couple little puffs of smoke, but also people like picking them up and looking at them in confusion, and guards looking out over this way, looking, peering, and then I think there's that crack of thunder, a flash of light, and then with sparking shoes, you see him and 3 other guards arrive, not immediately where you're at, but nearby, right? Like a thunderous leap. And they begin to close in on the location. Now, I assume everyone else is hidden, right? Except for Merlin? Or does Merlin cast the spell and then also hide?
Merlin is sitting at a table facing directly at the door, pipe in his mouth, hands folded in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting them with that neutral pose.
Extremely bossed up.
Had to do it to him, yeah.
All right. Then with that pose awaiting, the others see Ixion and his own retinue approach from maybe 100 meters out, come closer. They're sort of making bets to one another as to what it is, right? Oh, one of them's like growling to the other. It's like, no, I'm telling you, it has to be some sort of societal commentary on how the wealth here is thinner, right? Like Ixion is having none of it, but like the 2 guards behind him are going back and forth and placing bets.
It totally makes sense with the denouement of the piece.
You wouldn't know a denouement if it bit you in the arse.
And
the denouement is when my dad marries a new broad.
And now Merlin would definitely not see this, and I'm not going to presume who's inside and who's hidden outside. But if anyone is outside, when Ixion kicks open the door, it seems to be about 50-50, whether it's an intimidation tactic on whoever's inside, and to just get the 2 behind him to shut up, because he's done listening to it. When the door slams open, Merlin, directly ahead of you, you see, well, as described, a dwarven man who, unsurprisingly, is wearing quite a bit of blue. Unlike most of the soldiers here who are primarily in green, Ixion does have some of the green, but has lots of extra blue cloth that sort of flows and drifts around him that, with anyone who observed his approach...
I thought it was going to be like a road warrior style, wearing like a harness and a Speedo. But okay.
No, not quite. Like, anyone who saw him approach...
I've been playing some Hades, so...
Anyone who saw him approach would note that, like, when that lightning magic was first used, all those bits of cloth sort of, like, they hung up in the air, right? Like little spines, and then settled, right? In the moments cool afterwards.
I kind of want to join his side.
No.
But mission
my
hand,
retinue.
He looks towards the table with Merlin just sitting there and takes a step inside. Because you guys got a success, he, puts himself in a precarious position. He takes a step inside, eyebrow raised, and says, "Couldn't think of anything more productive to do with those magics of yours. Just had to cause a scene. I'm sure we can find a way to put them to use."
What are you talking about? I'm making money. Haven't you ever heard of passive income?
Oh my
You say
god.
that, and he rolls his eyes. Yeah, look, like he rolls his eyes, and probably one of the guards behind him, like motions to the other guard, like whatever half of the bet that people caught. This guy certainly was closer to the mark, and is like, "Yeah, I got this."
This goes like-
I told you it was going to be a Marx Brothers like production.
That was kind of, it's pretty funny actually. One of them.
I kind of want to join their side.
Yeah.
Ixion
Atreides.
says, "You know, I've heard of the term, but I much prefer to get paid for a job completed. Makes every head all that more valuable, you know?" And so he takes out his hammer, and with a surely to anyone who is a little bit less experienced in the way of magic, right? Like, or any civilian, it would be more intimidating. He strikes the hammer on the ground, and his like the cloth spines out once more. And he says, "Now, if all your intent was to have a bit of a humorous afternoon, come quietly, and I think in a few days you'll be free to have another, hopefully less disruptive day."
How many people are with him?
He has 3 others in total, and so I'm going to let you guys decide how and when you interrupt him, and who's the one who drops first, right? Like who's the one who intervenes first, right?
I'm curious about like where exactly are we hiding? Like, what is the
I'm just
situation?
picturing, personally, I'm picturing Shion right above the door, Spider-Manning above the, right above the doorway.
Yeah. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw a real quick diagram here in the sky, just because there's
Skyagram, yes.
yeah, skygram.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, that's not what the heck? Why is there a Magitech
Magitech
security rabbit?
rabbit.
Thank you.
Jesus Christ.
Why are
That's
you
not one
here?
of mine.
Why would I try to
twist.
draw? Is it putting Magitech security? Oh wait, I know
Oh, it's
why.
because of last stream. I don't know
Yeah,
why, but
it's because I set the default for some reason, to be
God, they're
the
multiplying.
fun.
text
Just a
Magitech
text
security
box.
rabbit.
Congratulations.
Yeah. All right, there we go. Now we have lines. Oops. Yeah, this is the part where I would ask Nova to play an applause, but it doesn't. It wouldn't show up here anyway.
It
All right, there we go.
wouldn't.
All right. So we
You need
have
to do that on your side.
we have
Hutch.
we have our shack here, right? With
Mhm.
Ixion on the inside, Merlin on the inside, table between them, right? You guys
Mhm.
could have a slightly larger shack, slightly smaller, whatever you prefer. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Outside are the 3 guys. The shack does have a door. Now, because we have established it as like a not particularly well put together area, it's not the sturdiest of doors, but there is one currently open. And then we have, this is one of the few areas with trees. So we have these incredibly well drawn trees that are scattered about that
gosh.
anyone could be hidden around or in. Then finally, we have the riverbank, where if someone was particularly ambitious, they could probably be like pressed right up against the riverbank if they'd like. The building's certainly tall enough that if someone did want to be like hanging on the ceiling, they could. Like holding on with both hands and feet. There wouldn't be a lot of extra room, but there's sufficient space for it. Someone could also be on the roof laying down and probably wouldn't be visible from the sides.
I
Yeah.
almost feel like Shion would want to act, but I also am worried about hogging the spotlight too much. Like, I feel like if we
Chantrelle,
I don't think you
go
should worry
on,
about that.
It feels
at
like
all.
it's your time to shine,
if we
honestly.
base on the idea that when would Shion act, I feel like it would be almost pretty much every time.
Yeah.
If you want
Um,
Xian to like wait for somebody else's say so, like if you want Verne to give you the nod to do whatever you want,
We
can
have
establish that happen.
telepathy.
We have
Oh,
telepathy.
yeah,
we
we
have
do.
telepathy, dog.
Yeah.
Well, if anyone else has ideas, I would be interested in listening. Otherwise, I will try to get the drop on the guy.
Mhm.
If we are
Like,
still going with me
separate
being
the
hidden on the
guards.
ceiling or whatever.
Yeah, I'd like Shion and Merlin to like be in there with him while the rest of us figure out the guards.
That could work.
Chantrelle will be in a tree and hit the nearest guard, if that's cool.
mhm.
Chantrelle just
Sure.
All right, sounds
Yeah.
good. So you said Verne's also outside with the.
Yeah, Verne's outside. Chalice can be wherever they want to be, but if you have the special take a hit for everybody armor, a lightning hit, I should say.
So it's just. I do have the take the hit thing, but it also prevents the first hit is like no damage to anybody. Is what we
Oh, right.
came
Who
up
the
has
with.
way
the other
that-
set of armor? Shion,
The way
maybe?
that works, no, nobody has it. It's whoever needs it at the time.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The story writes itself to, oh, you had this.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
yeah.
It's whatever would be most dramatic. I feel like the most interesting thing then would be we all attack at the same time.
Mhm.
With Shion's target being Ixion and the rest of the party's target being the 3 guards.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Yeah, that sounds
a
reasonable.
3,
And
2,
I
one
think
hit
your
it kind of thing.
success,
Yeah.
your successful engagement roll means that you are perfectly coordinated, right? And that's where the
Heck yeah.
success of that engagement roll will end, and we will then enter the, now we're just rolling as it goes.
Woohoo.
Let's see.
So I'm gonna say the party starter is. He says, Zixian says his big steel like, I'm a dwarf and I got thunder. Just stop it, you. And then Merlin considers that. He puts like 2 fingers towards him and does like a one quick come here, and the door closes behind him.
I
Cool.
like that. Separate the 2 groups, and then
Yeah.
All right, that sounds good.
And maybe
then
like
Shion does the
Shion
thing.
was behind the door and is revealed to him immediately.
great.
And the thing Shion will want to do here is, of course, to use the manacles and chain to try to restrain the guy first and foremost.
Absolutely, I was
Disarm
thinking
and restrain. Okay, sounds
Which
good.
would
that.
that
Mordio,
be
for this to work, can you please
finesse, right?
redraw the door so it faces the other way? So it
You
goes
know what?
in.
Yeah, I can do that in a minute. Give me
Well,
a second.
now the door is closed, so you just need to
Yeah, just close it.
draw a line
You're
there.
right, come on.
Yeah. All right, I'm just placing people in rough positioning. Not that it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll draw the door closed. Yeah. All right, so you're trying to essentially restrain him. What do you think you're going for here?
I think that's finesse.
I'm inclined to agree. He's not focused on you. It's how quickly can you move and get this around him.
So,
I'm-
are we in a control position in this
I would say
situation?
right now you're in a controlled position for this first roll. I'd say you have a relatively standard effect on him still.
Mhm.
But I will give you, even though I'm not giving you greater effect, I think I'll give you the +1 modifier die for the ambush.
Cool.
All right, let's see. I'm going to put this here. And I'm going to should be able to
Ooh, nice.
read these.
Restrain guy.
All right, you do it.
Yeah,
Restrain.
that's
die.
1 success and 2 failures, which counts as a success in this context. That's
It's-
pretty cool.
It's just the highest die, right? Like the highest.
Okay,
die
understandable.
All right, so I imagine, and now you are free to correct me if I'm wrong, your first priority is restraining the arm that wields the weapon, right? Like that just seems like the obvious.
Yeah, I also feel like if he has a bunch of metal chains around him, he probably wouldn't be as willing to throw lightning around because he became a big lightning rod right now.
Right, that's also true. All right, so Shion,
Unless, of course, he has some sort of lightning protection, which he could.
which he could.
And since I am on the other end of that chain, that could be a problem for me. But
Exactly. But you rolled a
Oh,
success, which means that you do it. You restrain the guy, right? And I think this does give you. Wait. My little. Oh no, the UI, it's disappeared. I can't mark a second tick. That gives you 2 ticks immediately. I'll try to figure out why that's not working in a second. But you get 2 ticks as you bring up the manacles and chain, successfully managing to bind his arms behind him. The hammer clatters to the ground, and he does pull at the restraints pretty powerfully, enough so that even though you have managed to bind him, it's clear that he's A, not giving up without a fight, and B, he still has some strength to him even without use of his arms, right?
Oh.
Especially you can see the coils of that cloth dancing dangerously close to you. But you got a successful roll. I want to see what's happening at the exact same time outside. Chantrelle, Verne, Chalice, are you doing anything? Or is the plan just jump them?
Yeah.
Just make them turn their backs on the shack, I think.
Okay. So they can't.
Yeah, like maybe if they go towards the door, right, to like when they see it close, maybe I come up behind them, horn pointed at their backs, like don't move.
I love that.
Oh, God. He distracted by going, look, a 3-hour video essay on Jurassic Park.
Whoa, where? Oh.
Oh,
I mean-
I need to eat. I haven't eaten in days.
Now, so it sounds like, Chalice, you're planning on going up to at least 1 and threatening in that way. What about Chantrelle and Verne? Are you all on the same wavelength? I mean, you're psychically linked, so you could be. Are you all trying to basically demand their surrender, like hold them up? Or are the 2 of you giving the others a thwack on the noggin while, Chalice is doing the threatening?
Chantrelle is definitely the aggression in this intimidation tactic. She's wielding her rapier and going after the nearest one, which seems to be the middle guy.
Sounds good.
She's not going to be quiet about it.
All
She
right.
goes, you think you know the name of God?
All right. And Verne?
Verne is she used to be in the mines herself, so she has a pretty big hammer to work with. I think she's going to try and take the closest guy to her out at the knees. With the,
Oh my god, that's
not break the kneecaps, just like bend them the way they're supposed to bend, so he falls backwards.
Right.
right.
I'm not Merlin Brando over here.
All right. Very important clarifications there. All right. So for
That
those
does
of you
give me an
choosing
idea.
violence, pick your violence skill that you think is most relevant here. I think since you're ambushing, you're pretty open to to whichever ones you want. Now, Chalice, what are you going to be rolling for your intimidation here?
I have nothing in prowess. I don't know if maybe command could
Yeah, I
work.
was gonna say, if
Yeah.
it's intimidating,
I was
then
gonna say
that
command
sounds
is-
like
I
command.
should have done that too.
I mean, I have nothing in command. I have a point of resolve, but that's
Oh,
not
boy.
going to help me here.
Mhm.
I honestly don't have anything really good, so this is all I can think of.
All right.
I believe in you.
Oh no,
people
all
roll-
the people who are good at violence are inside the shack.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Chalice with my tactician roll.
Maybe the help could be you guys take out the first 2, and then he can see that his buddies are out, so he probably doesn't want to be gored.
That's true. That's very good. That is
Yeah.
contingent on how well they roll. I was going to do simultaneous, but yeah, we'll give the 2 from the violence. 2 violent crew. You roll
All right.
yours. And then I can
Making
determine how
t-shirts.
effective the flavor is.
Is the effect standard?
I'd say so, effect standard. You are
Position
in controlled
control.
positions. Yep. Since you
Okay.
are doing the ambushing.
Okay.
Partial success. All right.
A 5 is
Okay.
partial? That's crazy. Wait, why is...
Oh, because Verne has no points in violence.
I have no points in it.
Verne, we need to train more.
I just
You have to take,
realized
You take
how
strength
bad it can be.
disadvantage.
Yeah. Wow. It's like, I like how we just talked about whether you would
I thought there was just no
intimidate.
extras. I forgot. I'm sorry.
All right, that's fine. So I think, Chalice, perhaps what happens with you and Verne is you can still get the help from Verne. There's no reason to say that Verne's miss can't make it so that the group's not intimidating, but it could be instead of Verne successfully hitting this target, it's the heavy thunk of the hammer that like splinters the tree or like dents the metal of the shack. Or the stone of the shack. Sorry, it wouldn't be metal in a desert. That'd be crazy. That's the stone of the shack, right? And so that could be what intimidates instead. So why don't you do that? You get your +1 extra die modifier on your roll.
Okay,
Which
thank you.
Change the modifier part.
Partial
successes. So 2 partial successes is going to mean 2 ticks on the outside clock. As both Chantrelle and Chalice, you're at least somewhat successful. Chalice, you buy a moment's hesitation in the one that you're intimidating, right? Like, not enough to get him to completely drop his weapons, but you can sense that flicker of like, oh wait, hold on a second, if I move, I might be dead. Maybe you'll be able to convince him further before that fully comes around. And Chantrelle, you're able to land a blow, though not a lethal one, on the one that you strike. So with partial successes on the 2 of you, I think that what this means, though, is that even though Chalice, the one you have, is partially intimidated, the other 2 are fully, fight capable. And with your head at one's back, you're not the most poised to notice incoming danger, right? So one of the options for partial success on a command is you end up in a desperate position. I think that's what's happening to you. If there's violence, you will be in a desperate position. And I think for Chantrelle, it's similar. You're now going to be in... You lose your controlled position. You're down in the risky avenue. As for Verne, however, with you swing with the hammer, and while you do succeed in ambushing, and so he doesn't have his full weapon up to bear, the shield, most of these guards have like a shield and spear, right? The shield comes up, and when your swing just goes a little bit wide, the shield moves in, and there's a nice loud clang as it strikes you and hits that mask like on your face. Like, so you get like that hard force distributed across like your cheekbones and your jaw of that shield bash. It really sends your head reeling. And I'm going to go, I will go with head ringing for your level 1 harm from that.
Okay.
Which, as mentioned last time, and as a reminder, you can just choose to not suffer that harm. However, if you do, you must roll to see how much stress it costs you to avoid that harm. In this case, you would likely be rolling prowess, so you'd roll a single die. Whatever you roll, that's how much. 6 minus that number would be how much stress you take.
I think she'd really want to not do that. I'll roll.
Alright, so roll prowess and get rid of that head ringing immediately. So you only take 1 stress.
1 stress.
Avoiding it.
Only 1?
Yep, just the 1.
Alright.
So, cutting back to inside as the 2 fights play out simultaneously, Shion, you've got his arms manacled, and you can see the bristles in his armor. There's definitely electrical current, sorry, not in armor, like in the cloth, right? There's electrical current that's flashing between the different strips of cloth. Something is clearly building, but you and Merlin, because you've succeeded, you still have the upper hand, you still have the initiative here. What are the 2 of you doing to either avoid whatever electrical thing is about to happen, or to strike despite it?
Okay, so because I feel like Shion has both their hands occupied with the chain stuff, they probably gave the vial of poison to Merlin. And then I guess it's up to you how you want to administer it. Shion was just going to coat a dagger in it and stab the guy, but I guess it's up to you.
so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the poison vial.
Mm-hmm.
Drink it and kiss him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No, I'm going to dip it in there. Dip my wand in there, swirl it around.
Ooh.
Kind of, as I'm doing it, it's kind of like becoming one solid bubble, like one thing that's steaming a little bit, and I hold it under his nose, and it's steaming, and it goes straight up his nose.
Ooh.
Icky. Smelling salts, poison version.
So here's what I'm going to offer the two of you.
I'm imagining you actually putting it up his nostril like he's taking like a COVID test.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Oh
No.
god.
Oh no!
Never clean that wand again.
Yeah.
Ow.
Or get it clean.
Bad memories.
Alright, so here's what I'm thinking. I had described an electrical burst building. Shion, you described, how your hands are full with the chains. Merlin, you described going up to him. If the two of you are willing to just take the electrical burst, right? Like to just let it happen, I will just give you 2 more tick marks on the
We'll take it.
clock without a roll.
I'll take it at the very least.
Alright.
Shion is extremely self-destructive. They're going to just take it.
Yeah. And
Just
now
do it!
this doesn't mean you can't roll to
Yippee.
resist it, but it does mean that, there's the consequences
Yeah.
will just happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
We'll tank it.
yeah. So I think what's going to happen is
Bet.
the party outside, as your exchange is happening, there's a rumble and just a flash. The door kicks again. You get that effect where, like, all through all of the windows, there's that flare of light that imprints on your vision from the outside. As the two of you, I'm gonna say, take level 2 harm, electrified, as you were just quite literally in a small building with a burst of lightning, right? Like, you are burned and have, like, tremors as the electrical currents have warped through your bodies. So,
Okay, so level 2, so
Is this just going to happen with no chance to resist? I thought you said there was...
No, you can still choose to resist if you would like to. You get to roll prowess, and the same rules apply. I think if you choose to resist, it will likely be reduced to a tier 1 harm of numbed.
Oh
Ooh.
my, how?
All right, Merlin, you suffer.
Wait, what?
Oh, yep.
So
So,
do we
Why
just
is it
click on
success?
promise?
Okay.
yeah, you can just click on prowess. I think because you always succeed at reducing the harm, right? But
Like if you
Okay.
try,
Mm.
yeah.
if you try, it always succeeds. It's just how much stress you pay to succeed.
Okay,
Okay,
understood.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's
So
like,
Merlin, you
how
can
did I get them
reduce
on
that
2 and a
level 2
1?
down to, like numbing the limbs or something similar.
Hey
right? Like numbing.
yo!
Damn. Held on chains,
Yippee.
got electrocuted, suffered 2 less stress.
All right, and Shion.
Gotta say, the fact that I'm numb is gonna make holding the guy a bit harder. But
That is true, but you also are almost there. You can see the poison beginning to settle in, especially, I'd say, Merlin, who's in front of him, right? I think Shion, you can feel his movements getting slightly jerkier. As Merlin, you can see, like, his eyes starting to, like, the eyes are starting to dilate. His breathing is becoming a little bit irregular. All right. Then outside,
Oh no. Ugh.
I think on the outside, what's going to happen is, let's see, we had 2 partial successes and a failure. Chalice, your partial success buys a pause from one of the guys. So one of the 2 doesn't strike. So that means only 2 of the 3 of you are going to be targeted. I'm going to flip a coin to say... Actually, no, it don't make sense. It makes sense, Chalice, you're not targeted. Only Chantrelle and Verne would be targeted. So, Verne, you've missed the initial one. That shield bash has sent you reeling back a little bit. You managed to resist the consequences of it somewhat, but now the soldier's got his spear up and has put a little bit of distance between you, has the spear aimed at you, and is basically trying to, he's trying to stab you and has you up against the tree. Your maneuverability is very limited. Whereas Chantrelle, you're managing to hold an more even duel with the one in front of you. He's not able to get his spear ready, so he's in the midst of drawing his short blade at his side. What are the two of you doing first, and then I'll get to Chalice.
I'll press my attack.
Something.
Yeah, those sounds fair. I assume you're still seeking to use your finesse?
Yes, and is this risky?
Yeah, this is a risky standard, because now you're at an even deal with him.
Hey!
Alright. So, you do it, you inflict your harm. Let me see what Verne's got up here first before we resolve. Verne, what are you up to?
I think I want to hit it with a survey in the way that I think I could dodge the spear and it'll go into the tree behind me or something like I want to use the terrain to my advantage. To
So
kind of squirrel
you're less
out of
trying
the
to defeat him and
aim.
more trying to buy time, if that's what I'm getting at?
Yeah, I think so. Because I think once she can kind of...
Or improve your own positioning, right?
Yeah, a little bit of all three. She wants to get a better way to look at the board, basically, and not get hurt at this very moment.
Okay, sounds good. So you shift to the defensive. I think survey sounds perfectly agreeable for that.
Okay.
Give me your roll.
And risky standard.
Yep. All right,
I do
survey.
it.
You do it. So as the spears come towards you, your arm manages to hook onto one of the branches. Now, you know, we're in a desert. These aren't the largest trees, but we're along the river, so this is where they are sturdiest. You're able to lift yourself up, gain a slightly higher point of view. You can see through one of the ramshackle windows of the building that Ixion's starting to succumb to the poison. Merlin and Shion are both sparking a little, but they seem to be hanging on, right? Like they're not too worse for wear. Like you get that even battlefield below you, and I think you're now in a better position for when we come around to you again. Chalice, what are you trying to do? The fight is happening in front of you. You can hear the person, or you can feel the person in front of you, like that tension, right, starting to dissipate. But
Yep. Okay, so I would say you heard that first lightning bolt, right? Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, the second one is coming right towards me and right towards you if you don't do as I say.
oh,
Hell yeah.
I like it. Well, you're gonna have a command roll again, but I would say I would give you the 3+1 for that because one, it's true, which I think helps with the delivery, and two, it's a very good threat because this guy has likely seen it before, how it affects people before. Oh wait, that's a good point actually. We forgot about that, didn't we?
What?
Shion and Merlin, you could have avoided the effects of lightning.
Ah! Oh
yeah, I kind of.
Oh, I thought we were applying that.
That if we did that, it would have just been for both of us, and the whole thing would just not work anymore, right? It would
Yeah, we definitely
honestly,
want
I
to use
just
that
completely
first.
forgot you guys had looked up that item.
would have wasted the item. I thought
No stress.
I thought about it, and I kind of decided to.
Use it!
It's up to you guys to when you want to use it. If you both use it, then Chalice is going to have to rethink the threat because that means Chalice was hit.
I don't.
Yeah,
30
I
seconds.
kind
I
of.
mean, if someone wants, you know what? I'll take it. Whatever.
All right.
Take it!
Merlin says he'll take
Just
it.
because we know we're like we don't have to worry about it too much longer. So.
All right. And Shion, are you?
It would not
avoiding it then?
matter if they took it.
Wait,
or
I'm
not.
sorry. When you said you take it, you mean you take the harm and not
Or the armor.
actually avoid the hit?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I think Merlin said avoid, take the harm, right?
Yeah, I'll take it. Whatever. Or
Well, I personally feel like if we already expected Shion to be the one restraining the guy, it would make sense that they would be the one wearing the pendant at the time.
That makes sense, especially if you're restraining him with metal. So,
Yep.
you know, that makes
Exactly.
perfect sense.
okay.
All right. Yeah.
So you'd
I know
rather
what
I
I'm enough for.
remove? So I just
Yeah. So
Remove the
just
stress.
undo that. So gain your 2 stress back and remove the numbing.
okay.
Yep. Sorry. but
Works
anyway.
for me.
Yep. You know, as GM, I can only remember so much sometimes. Chalice,
Okay.
make your roll.
All right, I get a +1 to it modifier. Partial. I'm just like making him rethink everything.
Yeah. All right. So I think with the 2 partial successes, from those engaging with the soldiers, right? So like, Verne, you succeeded, but you weren't so much fighting them as improving your positioning. So those 2 partial successes at Chalice, this time the man like reaches for his short sword, grabs it, and then those words come out from your mouth, and you can feel like the short sword starts to get drawn but freezes in the sheath, right? Like he's not... The threat lands, and he hesitates a second time, right? I think
I've been questioning your whole life.
For Chantrelle, you manage to... I think what happens is you manage to deal another blow to this soldier who is getting quite exhausted, looks on the verge of defeat. But with that adrenaline rush of being almost downed, they manage to push you back towards the riverbank where the ground's uneven. And so at this point, you're now, your footing's a little bit unsteady. They manage to switch from their short sword to grab their spear when you have to take a moment to rebalance themselves. So they get a little bit of distance between you. So the fight's just a little bit tougher, right? And so your next round would be desperate.
Alrighty.
All right. Now then, I want to actually start, instead of going immediately to the inside, Verne, you reposition to give yourself a better idea of what's going on. You see what's happening inside, outside. Where do you want to intervene?
Ooh. That's a very good question. I think maybe... Oh, geez. My options right now are try and get the guy on Chantrelle distracted, even though I have my own dude to deal with. Or try and go inside and aid Shion in any way I can. I think... Now I'm scared.
I mean, you could ask Shion or me how's it going in there if we need that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can also see it too, right?
Yeah. I can see that they have him properly restrained, but he's like struggling a lot. I don't have any protection, so if I go in there and I get zapped, then that'll just be I walked into a lightning field.
No, I would take the hit, I believe, right?
Whoever takes a hit next.
Someone will take a hit.
Got it. Okay.
Me, probably.
Maybe you'll take him down before then. Who knows?
Yeah. No, I think... yeah, she's gonna go inside.
Alright, she's gonna go inside.
Can she, like, leap into, like, an air vent or an open window or something? Not open that door.
An air vent?
Yeah, there's no air vent, but you can definitely leap in an open window. Or, like, a partially boarded up one and, like, kick down the boards and, clatter inside. I assume you mentioned helping Shion, so sort of just, like, throw yourself on Ixion, like, tackle him to the ground style to, like...
Yeah,
right.
I think
Yeah,
so.
that sounds good.
Alright. No, that sounds good.
Can
And
I hit
also
that with
sounds
another
like
survey? Is that a better idea?
Well, I was going to say, this sounds a lot like you're helping with your free ability, whatever the next roll they make in that room is, right? By further restraining.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
If you want to roll something, I'm not going to take it away from you, but that feels like a good narrative justification.
No, I
for
don't.
that.
I don't need the dice to pick for me anymore. I'll just go in there.
She's gone beyond dice.
All right. So then we follow Verne as Verne leaps into the building, crashes in first to the building and then into Ixion, throwing him off balance as the poison racks his body. Shion, you've got him restrained, but with Verne here also assisting, the two of you can either force him to the ground or you can have a hand free to take action. Meanwhile, Merlin, the poison seems to have be taking effect. It just needs that extra bit of time. Is there anything either of you wants to do to hurry it along? Potentially, you could also, one of you could roll and the other one could help you, and then that person would have help from 2 people. But, I'm not telling you what to do. Do what you want.
Can I, use magic to tighten the chains around him?
I don't see why not.
Okay. That sound like finesse?
Let me see. At this stage, I think finesse was good for getting them around to begin with.
Mhm.
I won't say finesse is impossible, because I can't. I literally am not allowed to. I don't think it would be as effective as another approach, but if you just want to finesse it, I think finesse would just be like you're wrapping more and more chains, right? Rather than tightening these existing ones. But
Well, it's like my idea is just making the chains, instead of becoming like one long strand, just make it one like complete closed circle around him that like has no way out of it.
okay.
Like no give.
All right, sure. I will give that to you. Shion, are you helping with this action by pulling chains tight, or are you like doing something else to move things along?
Well, now I'm not sure, because what I was going to just try to do is, I don't know, enact violence, hit the guy, make sure that he doesn't break out, right? See if you will knock him out sooner.
Yeah.
And Verne was supposed to help with that. I'm not sure how Verne is going to help with magically enhancing the chain.
So
Well, if I get it as tight as possible, it'll be easier for me to like make it a closed loop.
Mhm. Yep. I mean, I don't think there's any reason the both rolls can't happen, right?
Yeah.
It's you hedge your bets in different ways, whether that's by working together and getting the most dice possible to one roll, or splitting them up and getting 2 separate rolls. So Merlin, you're trying to make things, make the chains tighter. I think that will work. I'd put you in a controlled position with a limited effect, in that you're going to make some progress, but as we just saw with his lightning burst, the chains don't seem to be stopping his magic, which is why I put it at limited. Meanwhile, Shion and...
Okay, you know what? If that's the case,
I was going to say Shion and Verne, I'd probably give you... You're probably at a risky standard, I think, right? Right in the middle.
can I like bubble this dude?
Bubble? Like Steven Universe?
Yeah, so I just contain him. So his lightning doesn't. It's lightning emanating from him.
Yeah, it did emanate from him. What
Okay,
skill
I'm gonna-
do you think would be most appropriate for that?
I don't think it'd be finesse. I think it might be attune.
I could see
Makes
that.
sense to me.
No, I guess technically it might be craft. I have nothing in there, so
Yeah, I could see it.
or like maybe attune to like get my magic to like get on the same frequency as his and kind of snuff it out, or like at least make it a little less potent.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I think countering the lightning would be a good approach for Merlin, yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna contain it in a cloud so I can't escape.
All right.
That makes sense.
Merlin, you give me your roll first, because I think if your roll succeeds, that will reduce any potential harm to everyone else over what happens, right?
So, do you want to control the standard or limited?
I think controlled standard makes sense for this, especially since you already have him partially at a disadvantage. All right. So I think the risk, the partial success one here is quite clear. If lightning occurs, I'm going to make you choose who it's diminished for. Like, you don't have to decide now. We'll figure that out if we get there.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm just like I'm puffing and huffing on my pipe,
Mhm.
and it's making a cloud around him, and like the lightning that's sparking off him is kind of like dampened by it and like going around instead of just in the air. It's creating turbulence for that lightning.
Makes sense. Oh, sounds good. Like it's catching the sparks in the cloud instead of jumping to other people. All right,
Yeah.
Shion, you can roll. What are you going to roll for your violence? And
Okay.
you can extra die
I
from
was
Verne.
thinking about just kind of from my position where I assume he's kind of either behind or a little bit to the side of him. Kick him in the back of the head, which I feel would be skirmish.
Yeah, that sounds fair to
Right.
me. It skirmishes for all sorts of scrapping and fighting, so go for it. You get an extra die from Verne. So make sure to use that modifier near the top.
Fire +1. Is this risky? What is it?
I'd say this is a risky standard.
Okay.
Standard, attorney at law.
Alright.
Alright. Partial success. So, Verne and Shion, you manage to together wrestle with the Shion. You deliver a heavy blow, and he does fall to his knees. I think with this success and with that, with how close the clock is getting, what I'm going to say is he has time for another burst of lightning to go off, but then the combination of this blow and the poison settling in are going to be enough to take him out. So, as he falls to his knees, instead of the lightning coming from the cloth like before, he manages to lift one of his legs and do a stomp, which causes these pillars of lightning to spark along the floors beneath him, go out towards each of you, and this is where I need, Merlin, you to tell me which two people of the three you protect.
Make your choice, live or die.
Yeah, I protect Shion and Verne.
Alright. Sounds good. So,
How much harm am I gonna have now?
So this harm, I think, this harm is going to be another. It's going to be the same thing. It's going to be tier 2 electrified.
Does it not go to me?
So it will go from one of them to you.
Okay.
One of the three. So tier 2 electrified is what it would be by default. Merlin, your interference has reduced it to tier 1 for those two. And so one of these three people can redirect to Chalice, and anyone can attempt to resist it.
Once per sortie, when you make a resistance roll, you gain 1. I gain +1d.
Okay, yeah.
What do I do for that?
Let's see. So when you make your resistance roll, which in this case would be prowess, you can add the modifier field for a +1d.
Okay, so 3.
Right,
Hey.
3.
But like, if two of them are reduced, but one of them would be going towards Chalice, would the one that goes towards Chalice be nullified because of the item?
No, Chalice
How does
Chalice takes the harm instead, does not nullify
Yes,
it.
yes.
There was only
Okay.
one nullify, just one nullify. Alright, so Merlin with...
Well, I personally feel like Verne is the one physically closest to Chalice at the moment.
Yeah, I could direct.
Alright,
mine.
sounds good. So Verne, you don't need to note down
I think
anything?
she'd, in her mind, be like, sorry, incoming.
So Merlin, with your resistance roll, you take the tier 1 harm numbing. And then Shion and Chalice, you would also take that tier 1 harm, but if you choose to resist, you take no harm. You just need to roll your prowess.
Question.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Because I use that threat to try to take down the guard with me, can I act on that and distribute some of the lightning to him as well if I take
I'd
it?
Yeah, I
say
was
you
kinda
said you
hoping.
have your horn on his back, and last time you described it as a lightning rod. It would
Yeah.
be silly if I didn't let it happen. So,
Yay.
Great.
Alright, you know what type that is. Post the GIF.
I'm gonna add my +1 resist.
So you don't need to roll at all because it went to Chalice, Verne.
Oh, I
So you're
don't?
good.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't need to roll at all. So you
Right,
also don't take
so-
the harm.
Thank you.
Shion, you take
So-
just 1 stress. Sorry, what were you saying, Chalice?
So, because you're allowing that, what can I do for it?
You can roll prowess, but I'll give you the extra die to say that
Okay,
it's
so I get a
distributed.
+1.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
You suffer 2 stress.
Okay.
All right. So Ixion is now in the process of passing out as this lightning strike happens. But that doesn't mean the people outside know that, and there's still lightning, thundering behind them. So they're going to continue to act as if he's still up, which means that, unfortunately for you, Chantrelle, you are now facing 2 people because Verne has Verne has fled, which means that you now have 2 spears pointed your way, and you're on uneven footing. What's your thoughts here, Chantrelle? What are you doing?
I get a bunch of DMs from Chantrelle, like, hey guys, help.
Hey, I'm outside. Hey, it's kind of getting weird.
Red.
Where are you guys?
On red. Red.
Sweating emoji, baby eyes, 2 fingers pointing at each other emoji.
Okay, so if Chantrelle attacks one of them, does the other get to attack without any consequences?
I think so what it would mean is that the consequences for failure are higher. If you roll a success, you roll a success. You're in a desperate position, though, so if you fail, you're more likely to take more severe harm, right?
So what would the effect be?
I think you'd still have, you're in desperate position, but you still have a standard effect because they don't outnumber you too badly. And your weapon is still as effective as ever, so. One of them's also pretty much exhausted.
And the third one just got electrified.
Just got electrified. Yeah, I was going to narrate that depending on how successful you are.
Yeah, I'm gonna go at it again. Let's go!
All right. With a partial success, and with the pass-through electricity, let's see, what do I want your partial success to be here on a desperate roll? Oh, the first thing, this is a desperate roll. So
Yes.
that means since you rolled finesse, you get to mark a prowess XP. I think because this is a desperate roll, I am going to inflict 2 tier 1 harms on you. Stabbed with spears. Both same for both of them. You can choose to resist it, in which case it will be reduced to just 1 stabbed with spears instead of 2. So
I want to reduce that, please.
okay. So you can roll your prowess there to see how much stress you take. Alright, so you take 4 stress still, but you only have to mark 1 stabbed with spears in one of your level 1 arm spots.
Okay, so so 1 in the 1 slot?
Yeah, in one of the 1 slots, there are 2 of them there at the bottom of the pyramid. You just write stabbed with spears, or you could write
Okay.
perforated, perhaps, if you prefer. Whatever flavorful description you want.
Shish kebab.
Yep.
Alright, I only got hit by... No, wait, Did I get hit by 1 or both?
So because you resisted, you only got hit by the 1. So.
Cool. Cool.
But that's also 4 stress, so yeah, it is what it is.
Yep. So Chantrelle, I'm
It
gonna.
is
give
very
you
stressful to get stabbed, so
Yeah.
True.
It's true. So between the partial success of Chantrelle and the lightning of Chalice, I need to fix whatever this drag is making people flip over. I want it. It's funny, but I want to keep you upright.
Yeah.
Stop dragging them.
Yeah. I would say, Chalice, you managed to electrify the one in front of you. So here's my 2 questions to those outside. Chalice, what do you say to this guy that just convinces him, you know what, this isn't worth it? And Chantrelle, though you are stabbed with spears, what decisive blow do you land against the remaining 2 guards? Do you kill the one who you've exhausted and chase off the second? Do you do something else to, take them both out? Totally up to you.
I have choices.
Yeah, you have choices.
I think what makes the most sense is Chantrelle swiping her blade and being able to turn the spear, one of the spears that's against her, away and shove the one who's exhausted basically off, but the one who is still who's still energetic manages to push through that and stab her, but she manages to shove the one who's almost done either on the ground with the force of the swing, because she also basically flings his spear away, or depending on how close he is to the rapier, also getting slashed.
Yeah, I'd say either you can slide forward and slash, or just throw him back into the sealed door. that has passed out dwarf behind him. So it's like thunder from inside and a clatter as someone slams against the door. And
I like
falls
that.
Down. All right, Chalice, what words do you speak to the man you've been intimidating this entire time?
Well, we both get hurt, and Chalice is like holding his chest, but then he tries to shove the guard and say, "Leave, your comrade's already fallen. There's no need for you to go."
Wow.
And I think
I think that one would be a sway, if perhaps.
I don't think you need a roll because I think the clock is now completed. So that is your victorious line, right? So just as Chantrelle just gets to finish that guy off, you tell this guy that, and you know what? That's what he does. He starts to run. And I think seeing the one ally go down, the other one start to flee, that makes the third guard, who theoretically could fight, decide, maybe I shouldn't, right? It's just because I can doesn't mean I should. And so two of the guards flee.
Can I counsel with the claimant to choose aggression over compromise right now?
To track them down?
Well, my argument is as follows. If we let these guards go, they're gonna talk, and we're going to become notorious. I don't know if that's what you want.
The word has to get out somehow.
Yeah.
But I don't look the coolest.
Well, I
in
was
this
shut
story,
down.
So maybe we kill them.
No, you were so
Damn.
cool. It was great.
I don't know, man.
Burn.
I mean, to the
Battle of Verne,
guards, it
who-
looks like you went in there and then things got worse.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'll vouch for you.
If you're gonna make a call, make it quick, Verne. If you want them shot in the back, you
I gotta
do it
make my plea. I gotta make my plea.
I literally have to like have Shion and Chalice like go head to head about this decision.
The angel and devil on your
We
shoulders.
are the angel and devil on your
She would
shoulder.
say
Yeah.
It's
Shion
the
over.
best.
Yeah.
Please, Verne, you've already made your point, and we got who we wanted. This is a success.
I'm cool with you ignoring my plea. I just want experience.
I think Verne will let him live, but take an especially detailed mental note about who they might be, if we can press them for intimidation later, something like that.
Oh, good points. Let me note that down.
Chantrelle is willing to stand intimidatingly with her sword.
Yay!
All right.
And of course, Shion is always intimidating.
Yeah, it's true.
Naturally. The effervescent.
All right, great work, team.
Yay.
This is our first successful sortie, which means that we actually get to do some stuff.
Heck yeah.
You've achieved your goal.
Stuff.
So I think before we get the mechanical bits and bobs, we probably want to go and talk to Las Madriguerias, right? Like
Yeah. So is Ixion dead or passed out?
he is
I
passed
missed
out.
that.
Okay, okay, perfect.
I mean, actually, unless you guys wanted to kill him, but I was
No,
under the
we want
assumption.
to
Yeah.
I wanted the pirates
bring
to
them
have
to the
choice.
pirates. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Should
now
we
they
take
have
a
a big
break before
bargaining
we
chip.
get-
Probably restrain the guy
that's a
with
good idea.
not my chains, unless you want him to be connected to me at all times.
Yeah, no, you can have those back.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Probably should just put a rope on him, something that doesn't.
That's not.
Yeah.
We're
I
gonna
mean,
tie him
I
up
meant
with
to
his-
say something that doesn't conduct electricity.
yeah.
I
Uh,
recommend taking his clothes.
Whoa, whoa,
No,
whoa!
we tie him. We tie him
Whoa,
up with
wait,
his
yeah.
I mean,
clothes.
honestly, fair enough. To be honest.
The
We
blue
tie him
stuff
up with
is what
his clothes.
electrifies, right?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Like
we do that, but we get some really nice blue ribbon and wrap him up for the pirates.
Beautiful.
We put a big bow on his head.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I would argue we could wrap him in rubber, but I don't think that material exists, or at least we don't have access to it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. I don't know where to get it, even this world that we live in.
Well, yeah, well, can we go
Let's
to
just
our
put it-
Magitech Lowe's?
Let's just like put him in a case of concrete from the neck down.
Oh no.
Jesus Christ!
Don't
That
worry,
is-
we got
that is
magic. We'll ship
Like
him
some
democracy.
out.
boots. Yeah.
It's like a loot box. You gotta like ship him out.
Woo!
That
Alright.
does burn the skin.
It's just a naked man.
Yeah, you're welcome.
No.
All right. Before this keeps going, let's take our 5-minute break here, and then we'll
Yeah.
reconvene to do all the mechanical bits and bobs, and also to go talk to the pirates, sky pirates.
We got him.
Sounds good.
Pirates.
Break.
All right, be right back.
And break.
Break.
Liminal Branch Library. Liminal Branch Library.
All right, and we're back. We're back.
Hooray.
And Ixion the Blue has been not killed, as was previously agreed upon, but
Who did
instead
not
captured
die.
alive. And after thinking about it for a moment, I think that rather than do the rewards for that sortie immediately, I want to finish our conversation with the pirates from the other day first, and then we can go into the payout from that sortie. If that's all right with all of you.
Absolutely.
All right. So then I would like to ask the party. Now, I could be wrong, but I recall it was mostly Chalice and Verne, at least at first, doing the negotiations, though Chantrelle came in with towards the middle, and then Shion and Merlin spoke up once the assassination subject came into play. But how do we approach this turnover, right? Like, how do you announce yourselves? How do you hand them over? What words are shared, right? Who's doing the speaking?
I'm
That's a good
gonna say
question.
I would leave that for Chalice because
Yeah.
I feel like he's kind of the mouthpiece.
Boy. Okay. Let's see. I guess he's just knocked out the entire time until we get there, I'm going to assume.
I assume you go there as quickly as possible, both because he's knocked out and because
Yeah.
you don't want to be caught by the Statheros soldiers when they go looking for him. So
We also not Verne. Listen, because Verne's an old man name, I keep assuming that's my character's name too. Merlin kind of disappears the shack to kind of get rid of any evidence.
I'd say
Good
that
idea.
you guys were preparing and you rolled well in your engagement roll. You can definitely get rid of at least most of it. Now, there may always be something that a skilled arcanist or a tracker might be able to find, but at least it won't be easy to find you, right? Not gonna
Yeah.
be-
All right. So assuming that we're already at the pirates'
Yeah, I figured we
den,
could just cut straight there.
we would probably have stripped him of all his magic gear.
Mhm.
And when we arrive, I would start with the items first. I present the items. As promised, the retinue of Her Highness Verne has completed the task. We have what's the right word?
Apprehended?
We have to present to you the gauntlet, the sash, and hammer of Ixion the Blue. And I held out these pieces and I sort of throw them into the middle of the pile to show that they're there. As well as the body that we have promised you. And then we sort of present him as well. People can see that he is handcuffed. And if it wasn't already obvious, because he is handcuffed, that should indicate to people that he is alive. Whatever revenge or justice you would inflict upon this man is yours to decide.
Real quick, can I just say Merlin has his wand in his hand because he's little on edge. He might break out.
Yeah, don't trust that.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, you guys can be ready for that. I'd say that there is some travel time involved, so he probably is a little groggy now, but not to the point where he even seems fully aware of what's happened, right? Ixion's not awake and arguing with you or anything like that.
You should be gagged.
Yeah,
That's not clear.
Sure.
True.
I mean, he can't even muster an angry glare. He's half awake at best.
He is zooted.
Yeah.
Suited.
I think so. When you arrive here and you scatter all of these, or not scatter, when you pile all of these different items, the pirates, Las Madriguerías, they are a little bit more organized than they were the last time you were here. The repairs are a bit more underway, a bit more completed. There's not as many injured lying about. And so they've formed sort of a semicircle as you approach, with Juniper in the center, who watches each item be placed with satisfaction. But then quick question, who's the one actually carrying Ixion? Because he cannot be walking himself, right? Someone has to be hefting him at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Is it two people?
I would like it to be Verne and somebody else, because she
Chantrelle can help.
needs this. Okay.
All right. And so when the two of you bring out the body, there is an initial look from Juniper that it's like, okay, there's the corpse, but you can see that look of confusion when when they notice the manacles, and then when you place him down and Chalice says, for whatever, do you say justice or judgment? Whatever.
Revenge and justice or something along those lines, yeah.
That's where that confusion plays out a bit more on Juniper's face. They go up to him in his half-drugged state. Look down, like probably kneel and poke at his face a bit. What did you do to him?
Oh.
Merlin goes, you know.
Yeah, it says poison, non-lethal.
There's a very...
That's all they say, 2 words.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There's a deep breath and like a shaky sigh. And they look up at you, at Chalice, at Verne, at the Retinue, and say, I thought you promised that he'd be dead.
We promised a piece of him, and we brought all of them.
I mean...
You can cut the pieces yourself, but I wanted to give you the pleasure of doing so.
I'm already holding a dagger, as if to say...
Like, if you don't wanna...
Yeah, like, if you want us to do it, then I'll just do it right now.
And Shion are like, eh?
Do you want better proof that we have killed him than us killing him right in front of you?
Don't you want table service?
I like the variety. This is the degrees we get in this group, right? The range from we're giving you the chance to decide what you think is proportional to. Oh well, if you want him dead, here, let me just get my card.
hold on.
I mean, if they also decide that we have to be the ones to do it, then that's also a decision that they made.
Yeah.
I feel like it still fits.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm curious. I'm curious if anyone. Now, my first thought is Chalice or Verne, but I'm curious what the two of you picture handing him over alive is supposed, what you're trying to get from it more specifically, right?
Yeah.
Are you trying to prove your competence because you took a dangerous foe and captured him alive and transported him? Are you trying to make an appeal to them in some specific way? Right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know me.
All right.
Confident.
So you go first.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Since we know Chalice, let's hear Verne.
Well, I do want to make some sort of appeal, but yeah.
Yeah, so Verne's idea was mainly this man has caused so much hurt locally, and Juniper's people have been so pared down through attacks and stuff, to give them not only an excuse but a proper outlet for all that aggression and to get off on the right foot is just a little bit of personal satisfaction that Juniper can have, as well as the goal that they asked us to do for them. So she kind of is very convinced that because Juniper wanted him dead, Juniper wants to do it themselves.
Okay. That makes sense. That's reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Chalice, what's your read? Or what's your angle?
Yeah. So with him like kind of drugged up and in his days, like it's proper to see the one who has caused you so much pain in front of you. So now that he is here and at your mercy, will you deliver him swift justice? Or do you see someone completely stripped of their power that can bring a service to you in some way? And with that sort of, what I mean by that is like, he has intel, he has smarts, he could be used for labor, he could do things to make amends that probably can never be fulfilled, but could be done all the same. I'm sort of presenting him in this way, like he is like there's nothing he can do right now, and so it is entirely up to you where you want to go with it. Like because they are confused, it almost makes me feel like they aren't as keen to like tear him to shreds and mob kill him. But that's just like sort of Chalice's last ditch effort, because it doesn't make sense to like say like you should spare him. So really they're sort of presenting this idea as a possibility.
All right, does anyone else want to speak at all? I know Shion and Merlin have both made it clear that if Juniper asks, they will just do the deed on their behalf, right? So I don't think that you're trying to
has the dagger like over the guy's throat, like if you give me the as if to say they're not gonna say a word.
Right.
As if to say, if you give me the command, just do it.
Right. It's like you're making an offer. You're not coming in with an angle seeking anything in particular, right?
When Chalice was making this spiel about do with him what you please, what you see with him, he's been doing like very what he thinks are silent, subtle, like coughs and groans in the background, even though I'm pretty sure they can all hear it, and that you just wanted the guy dead, and this is all just extraneous stuff they did not need to do.
Right.
Might have rolled his eyes once or twice during it.
Okay, I see it.
Betrayal! You betray me! You're next!
So here's what I want. Actually, I should ask just for your
fine. Maybe stuff will get done around here.
For full clarity's sake, Chantrelle, did you have any angle that you want to express over this turnover as well? Or have no angle at all, right? Like, that's also allowed.
No, everything that is an option has been expressed. It's kind of like, all right, if you don't want to do it, we can. Or you could, use him.
Yeah. So what I want 2 rolls. I want one from Verne, which is you get to decide, but probably consort makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're establishing relationships, allies. This is just the presentation, how much of an impact it makes on them, right? I don't think you have to worry about negative consequences from this roll, right? Like if you fail, I don't think you're going to significantly harm your relationships with them. It just won't come off
they're gonna hate me.
It will come off more transactional.
Sure.
But like, not negative, not in make people think worse of you way. For Chalice, sorry, what were you gonna say?
Risky standard.
Yeah, risky stand, or okay. Controlled standard. Is
okay.
For Chalice.
God damn it, dude.
Sorry. For Chalice, I want a sway roll from you, and I was going to give you 1 die from the presentation, but I think I'm also going to take 1 away for the undermining from the retinue, so just leave you at a normal. A reverse help, if you will.
Yeah, that's fine.
Something
that's
that
fair.
I would mention, just because we saw Verne suffer right there, so I will mention it again. Is don't forget you can take 2 stress to add 1 die to your own roll if you're really distrusting of your own dice. Just seeing
that, and
Verne.
that has to be before.
Yeah, it does have to be before, but
Okay. Thought
I have said it a couple of times, but just seeing that 1 and
Yeah.
a 2 reminded me I should say it more often. That's all.
Yeah.
That's a Verne ability.
Is it
Oh,
possible
that's anyone who
for
wants
me to help with the sway?
Probably not. It sounds like no one wants to do that.
It doesn't sound like anyone wants to help.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I just offered.
Oh, you offered?
Oh.
Yeah, I asked if I can help with the sway,
Oh,
bro.
sure. How would you want to help with the sway?
Well, I feel like Shion being about to slit the guy's throat is an indication of like, look, you can choose whatever you want, and that includes just getting it over with. So like, we are going above and beyond because we want you guys to have the option and to be in control. So, but also, you know, if the thing that you want from us is to do exactly as we're told, then that's fine as well.
Oh, I like that. I see it. I see the angle here. It's like, yeah, I will kill him, but ultimately you asked us for something, so decide what it is that you want, and it's gonna happen, right? You just need to decide. It's in a way it's weirdly supposed to be empowering to them that you're so willing to kill at their command, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can take 2 stress to add a die if you so choose. Chalice's roll.
Okay, I
I'll do
won't
that.
say no to it.
All right.
Is it just risky standard too?
I had
Controlled standard.
Yeah.
Standard.
Controlled. Okay, thank you.
Hey.
Can you
Wow.
forget-
Do it.
Is that including the extra die?
Yeah, because Chalice
Yeah, I only had.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah.
See, it was because of my die that it worked.
Yeah, it was.
Because that was the second one.
Apparently, I deleted the Persuade the Pirates clock. Alright.
I see
Good, because I see it.
What happens?
It's a 2.
here- Yeah, I mean, like, it can't be updated because it's.
Weird.
Yeah. I deleted the object it
Oh
references.
man, it burned into the wall.
There you go. There we go. But here's what I think of these exchanges, right? As this happens, it was something that you saw in Juniper last time you spoke with them. Like a moment when you learned a little bit about what happened to them. A moment when they asked for this particular favor. Is that this rabbit primal is extremely exhausted, right? And they now have the object of that exhaustion in front of them. The crowd behind it, the group, I think you can see their opinions range just like yours do. There are some amongst their number who look out for blood, others amongst their number who seem more concerned with the utility. Like, getting him killed was great, but having him alive, they didn't even think that was possible, right? But since they have him alive, stripped of his equipment, maybe they could get more out of it, right? Like, you can see some people taking that more analytical murmur. I think Juniper leans in and very... I don't want to use the word gently, right? But like very slowly, like nudges Shion and the knife away, sort of grasps Ixion, and there's a very quick flurry of blows as they strike at him several times. A few solid blows with a fist, then with a foot, sending him sliding across the floor, to some cheers from some of the pirates behind them. But it's not like a drawn-out, torturous... You can... those who are closest can probably hear them muttering names. Like, you know, for one person, and then for the next, and for the next, and like going through it. And this flurry lasts maybe 5 seconds, right? Like, it's just a few quick hits. Quickly, Juniper draws their draws a firearm, holds it to him, finger over the trigger, and you see that sense of anger that was in them before. And I think that what would happen is that anger, they would like hold it for the moment, finger just above the trigger, and then slowly move their finger off the trigger.
Whew.
With a sigh. As satisfying as it would be, he is more useful to us alive than dead. Even if that just means that he's a bargaining tool if we find ourselves in a bad spot. There's like a quick kick of frustration at like some of his equipment, just sends it a little bit scattering.
Goes off, everyone gets thunderbolted. Campaign is over.
Oof.
No.
Just like that. All because Chalice wanted mercy. No, but
the rule is never give mercy.
much as you saw last time.
What really happened was...
well, as you saw last time, Juniper does have this anger, and probably still wants him dead. But there's this vacuum of leadership that they have been pushed into, and they are struggling with living up to that. And so they heed Chalice's nudging to take him alive, and gesture to, and make with a quick command. Two of the other sky pirates come over and drag Ixion away to get him into proper restraints and imprisoned before he fully awakens. You can see the emotional uncertainty still playing out on Juniper's face, whether they should have just taken Shion up on that offer, and how it probably would have been the easiest thing to do would be to have done so. But in this moment of emotional uncertainty, I'm not going to say that you guys need to do anything else. You don't. If you want their assistance just for aiding House Leporidos, you have it, right? Like that much is clear. But if you wanted to push for anything else now, at this moment, there's a vulnerability here.
Yes.
We should push to have our base be here now, because we could be like, listen, we're the one who captured him. We could probably keep an eye on him if we could also have this our base of operations.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Who wants to give voice to that?
Me.
Always backing up.
Verne, how do you
Verne
phrase
also
it?
wants an air scooter. She wants a glider. To back that up.
Yeah, like how would you phrase that push, right? Or rather, does Chalice say that and then you back it up, or are you the one saying that? And that was just Nova saying, "This is my suggestion."
That was just Nova.
We still got telepathy, guys. It lasts for a week.
Yeah, you can do
Oh
it.
my god.
Nah, there's a lot of voices in my head. It's hard to tell them apart sometimes.
I don't know how to phrase it to make it the tastiest for them, but I want to ensure we'll have this will be a completely private hideout. No one will know, and it will only, as I get more people on our side, increase the security around here and your numbers.
Have you ever seen Metal Gear Solid 5?
I want
We're
to
gonna
send a
be-
flurry of men to your hideout.
We will Photon them.
I think she'd mention all that. I think specifically ensuring safety and you're not just becoming my protection. I will do everything I can to help you guys whenever you need us to, help, kind of thing. I'm gonna exchange the promise that we'll both bolster each other's numbers if they let us camp out here, basically.
Sure, sounds good. What do you think you want to roll for that?
That would probably be consort?
Sure, sounds good to me. I'm going to give you an extra die just for coming off handing Ixion over, and with that having just played out, their uncertainty may be giving you make them slightly more suggestible.
Okay. Controlled. Or is this risky?
I would say it's controlled at this point. Standard effect. Does anyone else want to contribute or help? Or are we good there? Or you can
I'd be
always-
willing to assist. I do want to mention real quick that I think Shion, my natural mimic elf ability, because you assisted me, you don't actually need to spend a stress.
Oh. Refund.
It says a stress. I don't know if that means all stress,
Let me
because I know
double
you
check the
give.
wording. Oh, yeah, it would be all. That's a typo on my part.
Okay,
Wow.
Yeah.
so no
'Cause
stress for you.
It's once per thing, so it's not all the time. So just Shion,
Okay.
you can refund your 2 stress. All right.
And then so it would be two die for me. 2 dice. These.
You have
Why am I getting 2 stress back?
Because my ability, my elf ability, allows me to de-stress you, basically.
the way to think about it is Verne has ability that lets Verne help other people without stress. Chalice has an ability that lets Chalice be helped without the person getting stress, right?
Okay,
Get that.
do we need help with anything else right now? Like, are you trying to convince them further to stay in the base?
Yeah.
To have the base here?
If you want to,
Because then I feel like I would rather help with that then, and then have my stress be the same.
Okay.
you can do that.
And I think just my presence here, or I could say something like, you guys probably need numbers. And you know, they probably get enough of my vibe that I would probably be helpful in terms of muscle.
Yeah, I'm sure they would. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
that
would
sounds
add
fair
1
to me.
number of dice and 2 modifiers,
Yep.
or
So you roll
Okay.
consort, and then with modifier +2 at the very top.
okay. Wait, and the number of dice is
Number of dice doesn't matter unless you pick the engagement roll option, so that you don't need to touch.
double. Okay.
All right.
Woo!
You know what?
Dude.
One of those dice helped.
Wow.
Dude.
We needed all those dice.
Yeah, you really did.
Yes. Yes.
I think with a partial success, excuse me, with partial success, let's see, withdraw and try a different approach, do it with minor consequence, minor complication occurs, reduced effect. I will give the reduced effect one on here. I'll put the reduced effect one on here, so just 1 extra tick. As Juniper would say, look, no one can deny that you can more than carry your weight. Probably the 5 of you more than any of the 5 of us, myself included in that. But all that stuff you were saying before, heirs to the throne, true heir to the throne. They look up at you, and like there's none of that anger. There's the exhaustion again. It's like when I was growing up, my parents were teaching me how to be a miner, not a pirate, not a murderer, not a revolutionary.
Yeah, I think she'd say something to the effect of like, yeah, mine too. Well, if I had them.
Get it? Mine too? Alright, sorry.
I thought you already were a minor when you were younger.
Everyone is a minor when you're
Oh,
younger.
damn. Are you guys trying to-
Great. I'm in tremendous electric pain right now.
All right, so Verne, yeah, you come back with the same here. Are you trying to like? You're basically saying like I'm not that different. We're not that different, you and I, right? Like that.
Yeah, pretty much. We're both having a weird life trajectory.
One weird life.
All right.
Living through tumultuous time.
Interesting time.
All right.
Oh,
here's
yes,
what I'm gonna
interesting.
do. I'm gonna say that unless anything changes significantly, this will be the last roll for today. Or not today, like the session. We might have more rolls in the session, but this will be the last roll to try to convince them in this engagement, right? But I'm thinking I will give you the same roll a second time. If this one doesn't fill the circle, if you don't get at least a full success on this one, then they are still unconvinced, but they will still help you out for the next sortie. But that's where I'm going to put it at. I'm not going to make Shion spend another stress to help again. I think this is a continuation of the previous one, right? You said this thing, you have this brief exchange, your eyes meet. Does this mutual empathy have an extra bit of convincing to it, right? That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god!
There you go.
That was
With
quite
increased
the
events!
surprise.
I get my hoverboard!
You get your hoverboard.
Empathy
That
works.
doesn't have to be it. It could be something for somebody else.
No, you deserve that hoverboard.
Verne used empathy. It's super effective.
There's the slow inhale that you've come to expect from this rabbit primal, and then you know what? Sure. You already brought him here, and we're keeping him alive apparently. So I don't think you being here is going to bring us any danger, any extra danger. Why don't we all be in over our heads together, huh?
She resists the urge to bring them into a big hug.
Oh, so fuzzy.
Chantrelle, however, is gritting.
Diplomacy.
Fox.
Yay!
Alright. And now that this is resolved, as you all start to settle in, we get a montage of the party settling in here, getting your own spaces. I'm very curious what everyone's little rooms here will look like.
Song is gonna be
What was that?
Mine's definitely Waking Up Before You Go Go by Women.
But yeah, you definitely can decorate your own rooms here. They're all going to be a bit pretty, metallic or stone surrounded.
Mhm.
None of the fixtures are particularly nice, but you get to bring over some things if you have any possessions and set them out. And
Mine's pretty Spartan, except mine's Spartan, very standard, like small twin-sized bed, maybe like an end table, but in the corner is a huge, big, overstuffed armchair that smells of different fragrances, herbals, and such. And he's just sitting in there and disappearing in the stuffing.
That sounds so comfy.
Very nice. If anyone else has a room they want to describe, feel free while I start tallying up all of the stuff that you've gotten from your first 2 sorties.
I feel like my room's description would segue nicely into what I want to do during downtime.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if I should describe this now or later.
I feel like if as long as we keep track of who's doing downtime stuff, then I think that's fine if you want to start saying it.
Well, since I have 6 stress, that means it's the safest time to seek solace.
That is true.
Yep.
That is true.
My solace is prayer,
Oh, okay.
and that would lead into what my room would have. I think that, much like Merlin's, it would be pretty sparse. It wouldn't actually have much in the way of because honestly, Shion is probably used to very simple quarters anyway. But there would be a dedicated area that would be a bit of a shrine, and this shrine is dedicated not to a deity or anything, but to Shion's clan, to Shion's ancestors. You would have mementos of their family. You would have items from before times, well, when they were still living in... What's the name of the nation again?
Eveline.
Yes.
Lovely name.
So they would probably sit down there, light up a few candles, and just have a conversation.
I love that so
Very
much.
nice.
Those who came before, and that's how they would seek solace. Which we can roll for that when we get to that.
Yeah, that's very nice. I like the moment of quiet, of,
Yeah.
you know, like you said, it's not really like praying to a deity, but like, you know, reverence for where you came from and who came before. Conversation with them, very nice. This is my, I assume the answer here is no. But is this something that anyone else even has the opportunity to catch a glimpse of, or is it something that you set up pretty much behind closed doors? And part of it is just that it's entirely just between you and them.
It is between me and my family, but it's also like not a secret necessarily, so I don't think it would be hidden from view if anyone were to be in my room. But I also don't know who is coming into Xion's room.
Right, exactly. So it's like, it's not like it's not a hidden shrine anywhere. Like,
No.
your door is probably
Oh,
closed most of the time anyway.
Mordio,
so
Yes.
don't say that in front of me and Nova, because our minds went to the exact same thing.
If Verne needed to talk to Xion for some reason and would get into their room, they would see it, right?
Yeah.
Right, but
Which I
otherwise,
think Verne would.
at
Yeah.
some point.
So
That's
maybe
very
maybe
close.
maybe they could even have a conversation about it. Right? If
Mhm.
Verne asks, "What is that?" Xion would have no qualms explaining it. They have no reason to hide it,
I love.
and that can be a bonding moment between the two. So
Yeah,
Aww.
'Cause I
think
feel like
even
both of them
after this
have-
whole mess-
a common trend of like having had their family like uproot it, take it from them, or something like that, right?
Mhm.
yeah. Do you two want to do that now?
Yeah, I do think Verne would, after putting like armfuls of like her stuff in her own room,
Mhm.
she'd probably come to Xion and just, knock on the, I don't know, outside of the door, like the door frame. I don't know if you're still setting up or something, or praying.
I feel like Nashiam would just answer the door and that would be
Okay.
fine, but maybe that would have been mid-prayer and you would see the candles.
Mm-hmm. Verne would definitely be like, "Oh my god, I interrupted something really important.
I don't
I'm
deserve to
so
be the ruler
sorry.
anymore.
I just wanted to say thank you so much for your guidance, and you didn't hesitate for any of
Not
the
at all.
things,
Uh,
and I really, really, really appreciated that."
just doing what I'm here for. With all due respect, this is all just a stepping stone towards my own goal, or goals just happen to align at the moment.
I think she might try and like
And-
grab your hands and be like, "I want that for you."
Oh.
I don't think she
Thank
knows
you.
what your goal is.
And then maybe
In
that would
earnest.
be if Verne were to ask further about what this ritual is, then she would just explain about,
Yeah.
no, this is just how the people of my clan like pay respect to their families, and then they would mention probably all of my family is gone at this point pretty much, so what I'm doing is not just for me, it's also for them.
I think Verne would ask if she could help pray, or if there's something she could do to, direct her thoughts, or if it's just about listening to the stories.
I think Xion would say, like, the best thing you can do is give me this time to myself.
Yeah, she'd nod and immediately get out of your face with another thank you.
That was sweet.
Alright,
No.
nicely done.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, while that was happening, I have something now that I think... Can I push this sheet to people? No, I don't think I can. You all should be able to see in the character sidebar, the one with the little person where your character sheets are, there are two different characters that are not in a folder. You should see the faction tracker, as well as one that's used to be domain placeholder, is now Verne's Retinue. We'll need a proper name for you at some point, but if you open up Verne's Retinue now, you will see that there's a lot of stuff that has been marked.
Yeah.
That's a lot of renown.
Yes, so for each of these, I'll do a very quick walkthrough. We don't need to spend too much time on it, but whenever you complete a sortie successfully, you get 2 renown with extra... Oh, can I open it on stream? Yes, I can open it on stream. Good thought there. While I'm bringing that up, whenever you finish the sortie, you get 2 with different extras depending on what happened. Going after Ixion the Blue, you got +1 because the target was of higher tier than you, because they're tier 1 and you are tier 0.
Nice.
With the second, for successfully vassalizing the pirates, Las Magicarias, you get an extra 1 for the tier of your new allies, which in this case, whenever you vassalize someone who is a tier 0 faction, they become a tier 1 faction. So by getting them under your control, or not strict control rather, but rather they're basically privateers willing to listen to you now, right?
In any way, yeah.
But so you can basically more or less suggest they ignore certain groups or target certain groups, and they'll do that. But otherwise, they're still independent. But ultimately, they've expressed that they're willing to listen to you in your, in your claim. Just they're not your soldiers, but overall, they'll loosely listen to you. So that's why you have 6 renown. For your coin in the center, for vassalizing a target. In this case, you vassalized La Magicera over here, which is worth 4 points. So if you vassalize them, you get half the score instead of seizing it for yourself. You seized it for yourself, you would have gotten 4. Instead, you vassalized it, so you got 2. And then for taking out Ixion, that one is you just got the 1, because weakening a faction isn't as lucrative, but it does, set you up for success. And finally, you generated a single point of unrest because, you disappeared a military officer, which is going to cause increased patrols in the area. As they crack down to try to figure out what happens, it's going to grate on the life of people.
There might be some counterfeit money floating around the community too.
Oh yeah.
Some counterfeit might. So there's some unrest. The other thing I'm going to say here is on
Merlin is writing in his notebook. He's like, did I forget something? And then he takes off his wand and goes like, does a little flick, and all the money that was spawned by the cloud disappears for wherever it is. And he goes back to writing.
Oh, that's very funny. I like it. The other thing I'll say is, though, you don't have to tab over, but you can if you'd like. On the map, the Crush Local Resistance clock of House Rutis. Now, this game is very clear that clocks don't decrease at any point, but when you impair a group's goal, instead you add segments to it. So instead of it being a 4-point clock, it's now a 6-point clock, because they've lost their military officer. So they're still trying for that goal, but it's now harder for them due to the disruption to their reputation. So that, plus, unsurprisingly, House Vutis now likes you less, because you've you've kidnapped someone that belongs to them. But it's only a -1 in part due to the fact that they still don't really know who you are, but they are on the lookout for people matching your description, which, especially for you, Verne, may come back to bite you soon because people do know who you are. So,
Oh, weird.
right?
Wonder who that's for.
But that's not a consequence for this session. And so that is our fallout from our rewards, our payouts, I should say, from the two sorties that we've gone through. Now, there's no international ire. I think at this point I'm not going to roll an unrest roll because you're still relatively unknown. And yeah, so we're going to enter into downtime proper. I know we only have a few minutes left towards the session, but if people are willing to at least pick out their downtime actions mechanically,
I picked one of them.
Yeah, you picked one of them
already.
If everyone can pick out all their downtime actions and we apply them mechanically, and then we can also go over XP, we can end there and then start next time with role-playing downtime and figure out our next sortie.
So,
Yeah.
to roll solace is just
Yes.
just D6.
Let's see if anyone else is also doing it.
Really quick, what is our tier again?
Right
0?
now, let me double check that to see if you guys, because technically speaking, you still don't have a holding, so I don't know if that will make you. All right, so yes, you are actually considered tier 1 now. So
Okay.
that
Hell
will
yeah.
help for a lot of the things that we were rolling poorly last time.
Beautiful.
So
I will also be seeking solace at least once.
Tier 1. So, what would I roll for recovery?
So for recovery rolls, I believe you. Oh yeah, for recovery you roll the category or stat that is most suits whatever one of your injuries is. So likely prowess if it's a physical injury, potentially something else if it's not.
What is lightning on
Wait.
that?
Oh,
that
sorry,
category?
I'm wrong. You roll your tier.
Tier.
You roll your tier for that.
So, what
Which-
would that
Where do you?
be?
You know what? Maybe I can add a separate drop down next time. For now, if you just roll acquire asset with tier of 1, that would work.
Acquire asset.
Ignore the
tier
text
1
that
and
comes
just whatever.
after it, but that's allowed.
Tier 1.
Right, but I
So
heard
just do that.
I heard Chantrelle.
Tier 0 quality.
All right.
Well, we're tier.
Well, yeah. Look, so like I said, that you can ignore the text because the text was just for.
Oh, okay.
The text was just for the acquire asset one. I will double check for next time, but take your 1 tick on the healing roll, or on the healing clock.
Almost better, guys.
Yippee!
You still recover 1.
All right, and then
His arms are still gonna feel funny sometimes. He's gonna have some tremors.
And so we have 2 for Seek Solace. Is anyone else seeking Solace, Verne or Chalice?
I have pretty low stress right now, so I don't think I am going to do that.
All right. Verne.
Same.
All right. Well, in that case,
I think I'll just train.
Same.
all right. Before we get to applying the training, Merlin, I heard an What are you umming about?
are we just doing our first ones, or can I
I'm
just
just
do Seek
asking
Solace
right now,
for
is
me?
anyone else seeking Solace at all? Just wanna make
I'm
sure-
doing mine.
You're also seeking Solace? All right.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think any of you have abilities that affect each other. So
Nope.
That's mainly what I was looking for before we get those rolls, since I know at least Chalice does. So yeah,
Yeah.
all of you who are rolling for Seek Solace, you may do so. You roll the category. Oh, yep, there you go. If you roll Solace, that should just do it for you. If you click on any rollable thing and then pick Seek Solace from the drop down,
Okay.
that should do it.
Oh, wait. I tried clicking solace. That did not work.
No, sorry. Any rollable thing. I know it's confusing. I should add a button. I should make Solace. Hold on. Let me add that to my to-dos.
Oh my
Make
god!
Solace.
Wow. Wait, hold on.
I am completely de-stressed.
Yippee.
My crops flourishing. I'm no longer mentally ill.
My skin hydrated. That's Leah.
Wait, you know what? I don't need revenge anymore.
This is
I'm
silly.
actually happy
I
and
should just
very
be
well adjusted.
I should just be a baker. What am I doing here?
All right, and those of you with the ability to adjust up or down one, feel free to do that as well.
Oh, I can do that. So I will give 3 to myself, or 4 to myself. So I'm down at 3 stress. Hooray.
So, with the solace roll, how many do you take off?
You take off the number rolled, so for you, you'd clear 5 stress.
Thank goodness, because that is your exact amount. Otherwise, it would have been.
No, I still have 1 stress left.
Oh, I thought you had 5.
No, I had 6.
Oh, my bad.
All right, there you go.
Do you have the stamina reserves or some other ability that lets you adjust?
Well, Chantrelle's not
Chantrelle.
human. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
I
don't
have
have
no
it.
idea where that would even be.
That's a
that was
human
from
ability,
humans.
so-
That's a human thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, that's not me.
Humans.
Hashtag just humans.
Just human things.
All
Don't
right.
you hate it when you roll a 1 in your stress recovery, but you need a 3? Just human things.
All right, so that's both of Merlin's. Everyone else has done 1.
Can I?
Oh no,
I
sorry. What were you gonna say?
was gonna say, can I explain what my Seek Solace is?
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Okay, so Merlin is in his room. There's a bunch of vapors and smoke rising from various things in there, and he's writing in a journal. He's scribbling in there. Very strange sort of symbols. Then takes off his glasses
Mhm.
and he looks to a small frame picture on the table, the only real thing besides sources of light on it. And it appears to be a portrait, very standard aristocratic portrait of a man who looks a lot like Merlin, but he has a beard, a long flowing beard.
Mm.
And he's in the middle of a group of 3 people. 2 gentlemen who look almost identical are standing between him, and a little bit below him, sitting down, is a young woman. They're all not really smiling, they're just kind of doing the idle portrait stance.
Mhm.
He looks at that, and he closes the notebook he's working on. He pulls out a different one that's of a finer quality, more presentable, and he begins to write in there in a more legible style.
Mhm.
He writes about his day, what happened. There doesn't seem to be any embellishing. It's very matter of the fact
Mhm.
what happened. And every so often he writes, if Thomas, if you would have seen me out there, I think you would have been proud of me. And he writes that. You learn that the people's names in that in that photo are Thomas, Brian, and Marjorie. And he goes, it's been about 2,568 days since I last saw you all. And every day gets harder, but I'm working to finding you again. I just hope you let me find you and accept me. And he takes off his smoked glasses, which he was wearing up until this point, even in this very dimly lit, foggy room. And it reveals these very tired, small eyes watering with a very hazy blue in the iris that almost seems to bleed into the yellowing of the whites. He puts his glasses down, he closes the book, and he just leans back in his chair and disappears in the haze of the room. And that's a solace seeking.
Very nice.
Oof.
Yeah.
We're really hitting the sentimental notes here at the end.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do feel like I need to ask, does that portrait stay out on his desk at all times? Is that something that when Verne's doing her checking in on everyone after we settle in, that she'd also be able to see? Or is it something that gets hidden away? You said yes?
He, let's say maybe you hear someone starting to come by and he puts it down.
Okay.
Oh.
And then he
She's so curious.
he thinks about it for a bit, and then he just puts it back up. And the next time a sound comes, he reaches for it, but then he doesn't put it down. He's been like teetering on that. There's also a picture of an orangutan there, but he doesn't really talk about that.
Like the instinct is to hide it, but starts to try to resist that instinct over time.
Yeah,
It's the family orangutan, right? I understand.
that's a librarian he used to know.
Nice.
All right. Can I get so I know I heard Chalice was training. I heard Verne, I think, was also training.
Yeah.
All
I will also be training.
Shion's also training. All right, sounds good.
Yes.
So,
Yep. I've got my solace.
all right.
Chantrelle does art and makes a whole bunch of organic style repeating patterns.
Aww.
I
Like
love-
tessellations.
Yeah, kind of. Like some of them are
Aw.
tessellations and some of them are just flowing lines
Aw.
into a pattern.
Like what's the medium? Like paints, pens, pencils? Are you like weaving something?
The easiest thing to bring while traveling, which would probably be either pencil or paint. I'm gonna say some sort of pencil and
What
paper.
those colored sand? Like one of those sand art things?
Earthquake happens, all the hard work goes away.
No.
She just has an etch-a-sketch.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, that sounds fun. So my question is, how many of these does Chantrelle have on her? Are they used to decorate her room, or are they something that are left behind as they're made?
I think most of them are left behind as they're made. She keeps a couple with her, but they mostly do it as a form of stress relief. And it worked very well. And also just as a way to like meditate and I mean they're noble as well, so they've had lessons.
Right.
So it's like a way to connect with her heritage as well as focus, meditate, and create. And whether or not that stays in her grasp is of less importance than the creation of it.
That's fun. I like that way of. I assume that way of how she looks at it, right? It's like it's all about the process itself and what it does for her.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right. That solace also described. Oh, actually, I guess that I have to ask the same question to everyone who describes something happening in their room. Does Verne see the thing next time Verne swings by? Like, does Verne now know that you're an artist?
Absolutely. I'm pretty sure
probably-
Verne knew before,
Yeah, I
too.
was gonna say, yeah, you know what? Yeah, Verne probably knew before.
Yeah, they've been hanging.
In fact, that might have been what you were doing when Verne first said hello on that transport thing, right?
It's true.
Aww.
It's very true, because
Hey,
I
Verne,
don't
what's-
know how
what's
public transit
Juniper up
works
to?
underground.
What's Juniper's room looking like, Verne?
Yeah, can you swing by Juniper's?
Oh, that's a great. I imagine Juniper's room looks like a heckin' mess. Like it is the
Yeah.
classic, like just full of parts and bits and bobs.
Yeah.
You probably find a few of those. Like if you go in while Juniper's in there, they might not even hear you at first because they're tinkering with something or like like welding something, have like the helmet on, like are adjusting things. It's just like you just go in and there's piles and piles of spare parts and things. Some of those Magitech devices you saw animating the old constructs, like the security constructs, like they're trying to repurpose some of them. In a way, it might almost remind Verne at least of like not the level of mess, but the status of the projects probably reminds Verne of Jaime's projects, where a lot of them don't get finished if he has to take a long break from it for work reasons or fatigue, or just like it's just really not going how he wants it to, and they end up sort of in a pile of half-finished projects, right? This fictional thing that happens to people, right?
Yeah, totally fake. Looking at my sewing table. Completely fake.
Looks at my sketchbook.
When they do eventually notice you come in, they stop whatever they were doing, put it down. Did you need me for something?
Nope, I was just making the rounds and wanted to say thank you again. She's fighting the urge to like help tidy up, I think.
This place needs it. I don't think it's any surprise that it looks like it has recently gotten worse, right? Like you can see that it probably was dusted a couple weeks ago. Like there was a level of cleanliness being maintained, and now everything's just everywhere. Like stuff has fallen over recently and not been picked up, and it's just
I think she'll put something on their desk that had clearly fallen over.
I think there's like the strong ellipses, right? As you're like, oh no, I'm just making the rounds and all that. Pick some stuff up, put it on the deck, the ... and then it's just like I'm pretty sure you know this given the way that you found us to begin with, but really should be careful about poking around in here. It's not like we have this whole place under control either. There's all sorts of things just waiting to pop out of the walls at you.
That's very good advice. She didn't consider that once. Yeah. All right, well, thank you again.
There's
and also you.
Yeah. There's like an awkward like.
You.
Yeah, you too. And then just like as Verne leaves, the camera can see Juniper just be like, what? Just shake their head and go back to whatever they were doing.
I think Verne will make a mental note the next time she cooks a big meal to make like an extra couple portions for Juniper.
Yeah, Rabbit is exhausted. And overworking themselves.
Yeah.
Mordio was talking about herself right now.
I'm touching my cheeks in shock.
I'll have you know I hide all of my unfinished projects. Just
no, the being tired part.
Oh, the being tired part? Yeah, okay, that part.
Damn.
That part's true. All right, so I heard a lot of people want to train. Those of you who want to train, have you already placed your XP?
No.
No.
I don't know what to train in.
All right. If you are training once, you may put your XP wherever you want it. If you are training twice, the only constraint is that you cannot put both XP in the same category, but you can still do training twice if you like.
I'm gonna do it twice. I know where one of my points I want to put in, and by points, it would only go into like the header, right?
Yeah,
so,
it goes
like,
into the
resolve.
header.
So I would put mine in resolve in an idea like, okay, I tried to command that guy. I wasn't super convincing. Maybe I could go a little farther. Like I work on my commanding voice, you know. Like I'm decent at sway. Like I can try to make an argument, but I need to get a little more authority under there. So that's what I'm like trying to do. The other part I was thinking like, is there any way I can? Like, I don't really necessarily want to attack more, but I want to be sturdy. Like, I'd rather take hits than deal hits. I don't know if there's anything here that fits that.
To resist with prowess, you need some level of prowess skill. Now, that doesn't mean you need to be able to deal hits. You could put a point into ride, you could put a point into finesse, which has uses beyond just stabbing.
Okay.
But insight can be used to take some hits. If it's something that you could, like... I think insight would be better for, like, take some magical hits as you, like, see the spell coming, analyze where it's going to impact, right? Like, that kind of stuff. But yeah, if you ultimately, if you want to be able to take hits, you have to get some level of prowess.
Okay, then how? I mean, we're kind of in like this tinkering area, right? It'd be kind of cool to figure out how to ride.
Yeah, that's
Let
true.
Me ride. You can use it for wrestling someone down.
Verne already has a point in ride, and she is going to do prowess training anyway.
Yeah. fair.
So if you want to train together,
Yeah, let's ride some vehicles.
yeah.
Those air scooters aren't going to ride themselves.
I'm saying.
Yeah, Vern, I imagine you've gotten some use of them as mining equipment. And maybe you've been on some of these smaller ones just now and again. I imagine
Yeah.
you don't own one. Or maybe you do. Maybe you do own one. But it's like really ramshackled somewhere. But like here with the pirates, there's our... they're fast. They're fast and not the most... don't have the most safety features, right? But at least you know the basics. So I think probably Juniper or one of the other pirates is there at first, being like, yeah, okay, you can learn how to use one of these. And then once they see that you at least have the basics under control, they're like, all right, you can teach your friend, actually. We don't need to be here. Right?
Cute.
I'm gonna train insight.
All right. It is done.
It is done.
I was also training resolve. I imagine it's either going to be command or consort.
Okay.
I think that's why she was at Juniper's place at all. I was just trying to like talk to everybody, get everybody's point of view so she can make more convincing arguments or relate to more people. I think she'll probably talk to as many pirates as she can, make the rounds.
Okay, yeah. Sounds good. Yeah, I know we're already pretty close to, or we're already very over time, so I don't want to, keep distracting us with more scenes.
Yeah.
But I think that that's something that Verne would see a lot of people, not literally, would not literally see a lot of people that she knows, but see a lot of people like those she knows, right? Like these are all people who came from a mining background. You know people who came from a mining background. You know people who are very much like some of these, who have similar, geology humor, right? Like, that level of stuff. And so there is some level of this shared background that did fork at some point, right? Like, it's not exactly the same, but you can see shades or echoes of it in your interactions with them. Does that cover
They definitely use.
I'm sorry.
They definitely use the pun. I appreciate the sentiment.
Yeah.
One point.
And I think that rocks.
Hey.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Okay,
Gotta go.
I have one more downtime piece I need to use, and I'm gonna try and get rid of my hurt. How do I
Alright.
heal?
All right, so for that, you roll your factions tier. So you can just click on anything that is clickable, like for a roll. So one of your skills doesn't matter. And then you go down to the, for now it will be the acquire asset one. I made a note to add a recover one for next time. But if you
Okay.
click acquire asset and then put tier at 1, hit roll, that'll roll the correct dice for you. It just won't have the correct text for you. That's all. Alright, partial success. So this gives you 2 ticks, if I recall. I know there was some discussion last time about how much it did. So in the rules reference, in the downtime quick reference, I have put exactly like a 1 to 3 is a tier... Oh, sorry, so you still only get 1. 1 to 3 is tier -1, minimum of 1. 4 or 5 is your tier. 6 is tier +1. And a critical is tier +2. So, once you're a high tier, you can recover very quickly because you have access to high-level medicine and healers and such. But for now, recovery is slow, so you still only get the 1.
Better than nothing.
Does anyone else have anything outstanding, downtime action-wise?
Nope.
All right. The clocks tick on the map as all of the antagonists make their moves. And next time, we will begin with any remaining downtime scenes or discussions we want to have with the Sky Pirates, and then plan our next sortie, which I assume is going to take place at Tormenta Espinal as we try to rescue House Leporidos before they are completely defeated by the siege. Alright. That's it.
Woohoo!
Alright. Thank you everyone for playing. I hope you had a good time.
Yeah.
I did.
I know I did.
Yeah,
Alright.
absolutely.
We'll go down the line and see if anyone has anything they want to say or shout out. Starting with right next to me, Katie.
Nope.
No. Succinct.
If I could vouch for Katie though, be sure to check out the VOD on Barry's channel. Barry is streaming, or Barry was streaming on YouTube, where Katie was part of a very delightful game of Super Battle Golf.
Oh,
That game
will
is
make
so
you-
good.
It is. You will hear a lot of words and things they wish they hadn't said during it. So
Yeah.
Well, now we know what Katie was hiding. Nova, I know you have something to talk about. Something very big.
That's right. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. EST, it is going to be the first episode of Streamer Sync. I'm going to have 4 streamers paired off in 2 pairs where we get to see who knows their friend better. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be silly. And hopefully, if this one goes well, I get to do more of it. And if you're interested in something like that, let me know. Comment down below.
Alright, next. Amasha.
Hello, I am finally feeling a bit better. So I
Hey.
plan to do a stream tomorrow morning MST, anytime between 10 and noon. I will get there eventually. I do not think I'm quite up to gaming yet, but I do co-working streams. So if you're ready to do a little Pomodoro with me, tune on in tomorrow.
Next up, we have Hambone.
hello everyone, it's I, Beauregard Espelon Hamilton, aka Hambone, host of Radio Bone Air, who's slowly, ever so slowly getting back into streaming. Last night I actually had a stream where we just toured the wonderful, fantastic site of Spriter's Resource and Models Resource. I just checked out the models there, which was a very fun time. If you'd like to know when I go live and what I'm doing, be sure to follow me on Blue Sky at Radio Bone Air. .social.bone, maybe. Just search for me there, I'm probably there.
Alright, very nice. And finally, last but not least, Lena all the way down at the end. Anything upcoming?
Hi. I don't have any streams planned aside from at the end of the month. I'm gonna always be doing my patron request stream. I do have, social media. I'm rabbit legs in most places. But at the moment right now, I do have a poll running on my Patreon that will last for the next 2 days. So if you're listening to this and there's still time, you do not need to be pledged to my Patreon to cast a vote on the poll. Right now I have like 5 characters in alternate costumes, and the idea is I will draw the winner. Other than that, just be on the lookout for me posting things on social media.
Alright, sounds good. And all of those ads should be in the description below, whether that's right now on Twitch or in the Twitch VOD or on YouTube. Everyone's links should all be there. Alright, I think that's it for us tonight at the Liminal Branch Library. We hope you've enjoyed your time here, and we hope to see you again soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Yippee.
See ya.
we're gonna raid out real quick. So if you are here, grab your raid message, and we'll see you over there in the other channel. Say hi if you can. If not, see you later.